Hello and welcome back to Expanse Enduring, our Sword World special, Heartbroken. I bring you now to session 5, A Sharp Sword. I'm joined here by my wonderful friends, but I am your dungeon master, or your game master in this case, Hesper Lightwing, your companion fairy, and the guide who will take you through the land of Ennam today. We'll spare the recap because if you're here on YouTube, you've probably seen the previous episodes. But if you're curious, we do have them up on the YouTube channel. Sparing some introductions then, I'd like to jump right into things, if you're all okay with that.
Whoa, go, go, go.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So,
Let's go.
on our last episode, that's loud, there we go.
That is really loud. What happened?
I don't know, that got real loud.
Oh, the volume in YouTube literally changed.
Neat. On our last episode, you took a tour of the history of Altander by walking the bloodline of the Grey family, the ruling family of Castle Grey, the nobility behind Altander, descendants of the dragon that once settled this land in time immemorial. You've seen the fate of King Galarum Grey III. You've seen the fate of King Irius. You've seen the fate of Queen Fia, a woman chosen from outside of the kingdom who married in. And you've learned some things about the bloodline and the tension and some of the events that may have caused the Curse of Gloom. And now you have a few choices to make. As I recall, the group was discussing possibly setting up a meeting with Lord Chamberlain Kefri, the man currently behind the throne. But there was also talk of meeting Prince Keta, or trying to. You have not seen Prince Keta the whole time you've been in Altander.
I
I met with
feel
him in the beginning.
we met with Kefri. We had never actually met with Keta.
Huh.
Keta has been someone who has eluded us, despite some desire to speak with him. Perhaps it is a good idea if we are suspective of Kefri, which we are. It's not even a suspect at this point. It's all but confirmed to me. But before we go forward with anything like that, I do think we should talk with Keta first.
I agree. I think that we should try to get into contact with Keta, especially if, as it sounds, he very well may hold the key to stopping this Curse of Gloom.
Indeed.
The crypt walls sit silently, a monolith. The brambles, you can hear in moments of silence between your words the slither of vines slowly crawling as they attempt to consume, almost as if to drag this entire crypt down beneath the earth.
Should we continue this discussion outside of this place, as it is?
Indeed.
It has a certain atmosphere.
Did we find the exit?
You did. You were at the exit. You were at the rear exit that empties out into another part of the courtyard.
Well, Glade doesn't hesitate. Having done rites and prayers and the correct traditions as we've wandered through this crypt, I see no reason to stay here. Glade will leave quickly.
Wonderful. I will remove you and put you to the newest map.
I imagine we all follow suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You find yourselves emerging up a narrow, slanted tunnel, barely wide enough for one of you. Heinthon, who did arrive during the battle, is able to squeeze through.
Oh, yeah.
And you emerge into blinding white light for a moment. The cloud cover overhead, midday, has turned the sky into a brilliant white. And there is a haze that clings to your eyes as you find yourselves climbing up into the fountain courtyard around the Heart of Altander itself.
Oh, good.
That
Drying
wasn't
mountain.
here before.
You didn't take the back exit last time.
Oh, Glade still says that.
Oh, fair.
none of you told me that the fountain had an entrance to the crypt.
I didn't
We
know.
didn't know
I
either.
don't think any of us knew.
We were too busy being dragged into some kind of. He kind of gestures to Rena and Ariani. I mean, it didn't happen
Yeah.
to me, but
Mm.
something happened that was a
last
bit
time-
distracting.
The last time we were here, we were a bit preoccupied, and I'd like to not have that happen again, so maybe we should not continue this conversation here either.
Allow me to clarify something. As you soak in the vibe of the area, it is quieter than you remember it. Instead of a deep, pulsing thrum of magic, you are instead feeling the soft trickle, like a remnant, a memory. And the stones look drier somehow, maybe more cracked. It looks like this fountain now is about to crumble, like it should be covered in dust. And floating motes of dust do indeed hang in the air. What you're looking at is, and I think Glade would realize this, the dying process has finished, and you are now looking at the corpse. The heart of the Curse of Gloom has begun to necrotize. And there is no more danger at this fountain.
I don't recall what this place was like before, but I think whatever threat you all felt before is gone, or at least leaving.
It does seem more peaceful.
We
Peaceful.
accomplished something.
The word peaceful hangs in the air like a bell tolling. It is peaceful. The grass that has grown up has grown to its full height. The brambles that have clutched at the rocks have clutched as tightly as they're going to clutch. And while nothing is changing here, nothing is growing, nothing is sinking either, and nothing is becoming worse. This could be a glimpse into the possible future of the Kingdom of Altander. This stillness is something wholly new.
Let us try and find Keta. But I don't want to prematurely celebrate.
Right. The only question is how we would get an audience with Keta.
Glade looks at Calantha.
Calantha kind of looks back and forth. Thou thinks perhaps I might provide this. I am barely a knight, much less a knight commander.
Have you tried?
Nay, but I would need to speak with the Lord Chamberlain Kefri to seek such an audience with Prince Keta. And she looks up, and you see as she looks to the north, you are in the shadow of the main keep. The main keep is a large building, stout and broad, with a number of rooms, and then the 2 or 3 story stacks of stone, and a couple of small spires, and then one large sort of central tower, sort of towards the back, which would be the royal housing. And Calantha sort of looks up at it, feeling a little, maybe intimidated, a little dwarfed by its size, and looks back at you. I shall, if that is thy wish.
If you are unwilling, I will not coerce you into it. We can find our own ways.
Nay, I owe thee a debt, and that debt I shall repay. Though it may take me some time. If thou wishest to see Lord Chamberlain Kefri, then thou couldst accompany me, but if thou wishst, I will go alone.
But you'll mention our names to Kefri in regards to this audience, will you not?
She nods. Indeed.
If Kefri is our enemy, which at this point I'm sure even you must have some form of doubt brewing in your mind, do you really think it wise to let our potential villain know about our intentions? Do you think that is wise to the health of this kingdom?
She pauses for a minute. You see her ears kind of twitch a little. Her tail sort of swishes, agitated. While thy words ring true in my ears, that is more, I think, than more than I may accept. That Kefri would be a betrayer after so many years of faithful service, I feel there must be more to this than simple villainy. If thou wishest to speak with Kefri, I shall not stop thee. And if thou wishest to call upon my authority to seek an audience with Prince Keta, I shall accompany thee, but I cannot lie to the man who has tended this kingdom for so many years.
Glade's tail twitches, and anybody who is like behind her or next to her can see it. And her ears sort of airplane back a little bit. You don't see it.
She looks quizzically at you. I see not what thou dost imply. Merely put, my faith is shaken, but my resolve is stern.
An odd choice for someone so chosen. Come then, let us go see this Kefri, and let me show you something.
Indeed, I shall see what thou dost show.
Confidently, Glade goes towards where we had met with Kefri previously.
It would be south of here, out the courtyard, out through the training yard, and then north into a little side building. So you kind of walk out of this this cold and silent fountain, and you feel the pulse of the kingdom once again, and that smell of sweet rot kind of comes to your nostrils again. There's a non-specific smell of kind of mildew and rot that permeates most of Castle Grey, and it was previously at its strongest here. But now you notice it as you step outside, and you make your way to Kefri's office.
If I'm not stopped. I don't know if everyone comes with me or if anyone wants to stop me in this.
Oh no.
No, Ariana's going along,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah, no, we're with you.
she will say on the way, just I'm not sure how effective an invitation purely for Calantha would be anyway to see Kata, because if it's not valid for all of us, then we would struggle to actually gain the audience.
I suppose there is truth to this, but it would have been at least nice to explore other options before we're forced to confront Kefri.
I agree. I just don't really know another way for us to meet with Kata.
We could always go find him. People tend to be in places.
Heavily guarded. For one such as
Well.
him.
He seems to have taken such great interest in our exploits. I think he would love a personal report on how they're going.
As you are making
Well,
your way
if we-
through... Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
If we make no indications towards Kefri that there is anything amiss, then we may just be able to get that audience with Kata.
Glade squints. If he is the kind of person I think he is, that might not be so simple. But I digress.
As you are making your way through the courtyard, I will say Ariani, you spy a familiar face. And then one somewhat less familiar face. There are two figures in the courtyard, and I'll move you over to this map so that you can see. You make your way into the courtyard, and there in fact are trees, and the courtyard is overgrown, and bare patches litter the training yard. A sort of storage shed or work shed goes mostly unused, doesn't even have a door at this point. It's being kind of overgrown. There are two figures across the courtyard. One of them, Adrian Silvers, scion of the Silvers family, who you met, who you recognize immediately, Ariani, when you met briefly at the inn in town, the Crooked River. And he is speaking with a woman wearing the uniform of the Ordo Galant, who Ginga does not recognize. And you kind of fall back. You can decide how to greet them, if at all.
Glade waves excitedly.
Anybody stop
Ariani.
her? Oh.
I mean, she's not going to stop her, but like Ariani would have like immediately just upon seeing Adrian would have her expression would have just soured, and then as as Glade waves, she just kind of lets out a sigh.
Adrian!
Adrian holds up
Oh,
a hand to his
boy.
partner and turns to the group with a warm smile. My friends! Hello! Come, let me introduce you. And he beckons you over.
Happily bound over.
Welcome! I'm so surprised to see you in the castle. I thought you out in the forest getting your hands dirty and all. And he
I
sort of
had
looks at
assumed
Ariani.
you would be leaving too.
I've been in and out. It turns out I've made a few discoveries of my own. You what?
How?
No. Please. Do go on.
No, I was just saying
Oh.
like he said he made some discoveries, and I was like, as in like what discoveries?
Oh, yeah.
Glade will follow up on what Adrian asked. Well, we made some interesting discoveries of our own. We came back looking for something specific. We encountered some individuals out in the wilds. Perhaps we could share information.
I would be more than honored to share this information with you. Perhaps we could exchange our information. And he turns towards the woman next to him. For example, this is Varia of the Ordo Galant. This is High Seeker Varia of the Ordo Galant from the east. And she sort of looks over at Ginga and her eyes narrow. But she doesn't say anything. She doesn't say hello.
Do I recognize that name?
You go ahead and roll me a knowledge check. Because you recognize the title for sure. This would be your commanding officer like 2 steps up. This would be like a managing officer. With an 8, you do know the name Varia. Varia is a name of a particularly, I should say, incisive inquisitor who has risen the ranks very quickly. And while the Ordo Galant job is a very dangerous one, positions open up pretty often. And she has risen to the rank of High Seeker, which is to say she's in this area to make a big move. If she is away from the heart of the Order, she's here to make some big cuts.
I see. Ginga will offer the salute of the Ordo Galant, and
She answers your salute with a polite incline of her head.
Ginga also narrows their eyes.
Adrian smiles, claps his hands together, feeling the tension and choosing to cut it. So, this is Varia, and she's here to see the Lord Chamberlain about a few orders of business that I'm not quite at liberty to say. But I will say, in my own explorations, I've come to a few conclusions about the Curse of Gloom. And you see Varia shoots him a glare, and he sort of withers a little. But I suppose such things should wait until after she's had her meeting, of course, with the Lord Chamberlain.
Of course, it's not like there's an active curse or anything that needs to be stopped sooner rather than later. Glade is looking directly at Varia as she says that.
Varia inclines her head, and she looks at the group of you, and she says, "You must be the hirelings."
Seems that way.
Kefri's spoken of you.
Is that so? What did he say?
He said you were off running about, performing errands for the prince.
So you need a second meeting with him?
To bring things to a conclusion. Aye.
And Glade looks around. Doesn't look like the curse is fixed.
It may surprise you to know this, but that was never your job.
This must have not been yours either.
Sure
You
made it
serve a
seem-
boy's foolish errand, and I mean no disrespect, but some of us serve the kingdom. And its
And
proper
yet-
authority.
You serve the king, and you would do well to respect his name.
Aye. The King Arius, who passed away,
No.
ceding control to the Lord Chamberlain, until such time as Prince Keta is coronated as king.
Glade steps forward.
And Adrian steps back. Adrian actually steps over towards Ariani and goes to like put his arm around her shoulder.
Ariani just sort of does that move where like she sort of takes a step to the side as he does so that he's just standing there.
Oh, ice cold, Ari.
Glade eyes this girl up and down.
She just locks eyes with you. She's not aggressive. She's clearly not angry, but she is very intense. And she is making direct eye contact with you the whole time, genuinely not blinking.
Odd. Out of both of us here, I thought I would be the one more like to be a dog. But it seems I was mistaken.
If you wish to make me rise to your childish banter, you'll be sorely disappointed. I have a job.
I always am with your type. Good luck. I'll let you know when I've saved your kingdom.
Good luck with that. And Adrian kind of like slinks away a little bit over towards the door, which leads to Kefri's office, and just sort of waits politely outside.
I think Ariana is actually going to stop him before he goes.
He pauses. Do you speak to him or do you physically touch him?
She won't touch him. She'll just kind of. I think actually what she does is as after he walks over, Ariane will follow so that they're a little bit of a distance from everyone else. And then she'll
we
call
can
out.
have a conversation then, away from the others.
What did you actually find out?
May I say you look lovely, my dear. I'm enchanted. It suits you.
Getting used to it.
He holds his hand out in front of him and stretches. Makes a fist. As am I. So, to your question. She's here to kill everything. More or less.
Kill
The
everything?
Order Gallant is here to sever the skein.
What does kill everything mean?
Oh, well, did see the silver sword she has? It cuts magic. Very dangerous, very scary. Very scary woman she is. It cuts magic. She's going to put a stop to everything. She just needs permission. And then she'll travel up to Skymere, sever some kind of magical bond, and that'll be that. Everything will be done, everything will be settled, and Altander falls to ruin. The one-day war will finally come to an end.
You know that that's not going to fix things.
Oh, not for Altander, no. But that was never the point, was it?
Well, what are you trying to do then? Why did
Me?
you... What are you...
I'm trying to live my life, Eri. I've worked hard to become who I am. Given up a lot.
You have to tell me that.
You should feel the same.
So... But you know why things are like this.
The Curse of Gloom?
Yes, we uncovered some information about its origin and Well, I don't know
don't
exactly.
keep me in suspense. I feel like I've been waiting 100 years for this.
So you don't know?
Bits and pieces. Things that people say. I know about the One-Day War. I know about Fletcher.
Mm,
Are we on the same page?
we are. And about the stolen blood.
No, that's new on me. What do you mean stolen blood?
I'm not just going to tell you things without something in return.
I thought we were trading information. I offered mine up. You're not going to go back on our deal now, Ari, are you? After we've greeted so squarely with one another? I wouldn't want our business relationships to crumble.
Okay.
And I do warn you, High Seeker Varia is here to cut strings, Ari.
And you... It's not something you would want, is it? Is it?
Well, there's a reason I'm warning you.
Then we're on the same page. So,
Exactly, so let's deal fairly.
look, the Curse of Gloom, the madness, the Queen of the Fae had her love stolen from her. And-
Fletcher.
But it wasn't just that. From what I understand, there was some sort of a child, an heir, the king.
His eyes drift over towards Kefri's office. Is that it?
What do you mean, is that it?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if there was more. Please continue.
Right, well, we believe that the King Kata being kept from the Fae is the reason for all of this stagnation.
So the broken promise was Keta.
Right.
He doesn't know. I'm certain he doesn't know.
I wouldn't think so. That's why we're trying to get an audience.
But what does that mean? Keta was born to Fia, not to Mifanwi.
Well, we don't know exactly, but we know that... All we know is that Keta has the stolen blood, and that's the only explanation I can think of. That somehow he wasn't born to the Queen. He was born to Queen of the Fae.
Which would make him scion of both kingdoms. So if one of them falls, his face goes pallid. Eri, I'm going to
Yes.
give you something.
Okay.
There exists an object of critical importance. It is called the Fairy Skein. Kefri has it. At least I think he does. You need to take it from him before he can do harm. Before that woman gets into his office, you need to take that skein. I don't have his trust like you do. You can't let her use that item. I have to go.
Okay.
And he steps back and he calls out to everyone, "It was wonderful meeting all of you again. I wish you luck in your endeavors. Alas, a call to adventure has called me once again. Please excuse me." And he straight up throws his cloak over his shoulder and dashes heroically out of the scene.
Good luck
Glade
on your
looks-
adventures.
Glade
exits
goes
stage
from
left.
from looking like pissed off because of the confrontation she just had to looking excited when Adrian calls over and then looking sad as he runs away.
By the way, speaking of Gregor and Rena, are you doing anything during all this while these two conversations are happening?
Probably not.
Gregorio's just going to be kind of sat with his back, like crouching to Rena with his back
Classic
to
Gregor.
this entire scene. It's like, so you made him completely out of clay, and yet he functions like a magitech.
Popo! Popo does like a very slow somersault by rolling forward on the ground.
Fascinating. I would have to dig something out of the floor to get this kind of result, but it's...
I mean, where do you think clay comes from?
Rena, you note that Popo's eyes are kind of fixated on some strange purple flowers that are sort of growing up the south wall of the... It's sort of like a forgotten corner of the training yard.
If he goes towards them, Rena will stop him. Otherwise, she's not going to follow this particular flower up.
You stop him and he sort of pushes against you, sort of like face like pushing into your hand. Po, 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 po!
Maybe after we fix the curse, buddy. I don't trust anything growing here.
He sinks a little bit, but stops pushing. Po.
It's okay. We'll find you a really pretty one soon. Your collection doesn't stop here.
As Adrian dashes past, Gregorio will just kind of look up and go, "Oh, he's leaving." And you kind of turn around to face the party. What did I miss? What?
Varia looks at you, Ginga, and nods with the proper amount of respect and says, "Excuse me, my meeting's been moved up." And makes her way towards the door.
Ginga will stop her.
Oh,
Glade will help.
stops.
Before she heads off.
I will also note, by the way, that Ariani would have, like, I didn't want to interrupt, like, the others doing the scene, but after Adrian left, Ariani would have immediately gone to the door.
Okay. Yeah, Varia is intercepted. Glade and Ginga make a barrier. What's
Now,
the meaning of
HQ
this?
didn't send word that you were going to be here. I'm the acting officer on patrol in this area. No one said that they'd be sending a high seeker.
They're not required to notify you. This is order of the highest magnitude. Now step aside.
High enough
well,
to
the
skip
problem-
protocol?
Ooh.
High enough to remove you from it entirely.
It's a shame that we had our meeting scheduled before yours. It seems like you'll just have to wait until ours is over.
She snaps her eyes to you.
I smile.
You haven't scheduled anything. I know where you've been.
What makes you so certain of that? You've
Crawling
been
around in the
spying
earth.
on us.
There's no... And the door opens at this point. And Kefri kind of pokes his head out. And I'll just put him back up on the screen so you can see again. Wow, I've lost his... There he is. Sorry. I don't mean to interrupt anything, but I'm ready for you. And his eyes go to Varia, but Glade and Ginga are standing in her way, and he sees the two of you. And the look on his face, while mostly unreadable, there is a little bit of disappointment. He sinks just a little bit upon seeing you.
I smile.
We require an audience, Kefri. Chamberlain.
Varia steps up alongside of you and says, "I was here first, and you know it. My business is far more pressing than anything they've..." And Kefri holds up a hand. Mistress Varia, I apologize for any inconvenience, but these agents were sent to retrieve some specific information that is, of course, relevant to our dealings. If you'd be so kind as to wait just a few more minutes, I promise to meet with you in good faith. Please avail yourself of our... And she's already stormed off towards the barracks and gone into the closed down building.
I wink at her when she turns away.
Kefri smiles warmly. Can I invite you in?
Of course, thank you.
Please.
Please just allow me a moment to put Heinathon to the side.
Heinthon kind of steps to the side patiently, like looking at you, fully understanding your intention.
Does Kefri wait at the door, or does he go inside first?
Kefri steps inside. He leaves the
Wow.
door open behind him.
While Kefri's stepping inside, and Ariane is, she's just sort of leading Heinathon to the side. As the others approach, she's going to, as softly as she can, whisper, hopefully, not in earshot, but she can't guarantee that.
If she makes to say anything, I bring a finger to my lips as if to be quiet, and then I point to my eye, and then motion all around us, as in there are eyes all around us.
Ariane just goes inside them.
Does anybody do anything else before heading in the office?
Nope.
Nope.
Then you enter Kefri's office. It is humble, it is well appointed, but it is plain in its decoration. Kefri clearly is a person who does not lean on ostentatiousness or grandiosity, and he pulls his little shoulder cape, sort of a sign of his office, off of his shoulder as you step in, hangs it over the back of his chair, and sits down. Well, this is a timely surprise. I had a fairly critical meeting with the High Seeker, but your matter of course takes priority. I admit I hadn't expected you back so soon. The trip to Skymere is about 3 days.
I wonder if there's any reason that we wouldn't have made it.
Plenty.
Plenty. And unfortunately, we seem to have encountered one of those.
His eyes go to Calantha. Do my eyes deceive me, or do I see the Knight Commander of the Burnished Rose in your presence? And she salutes and bows her head. Thy cause as ever is mine, Chamberlain Kefri. He nods to her. Dismissed, Calantha. And she, blinks, looking a little shocked, and pauses. Her tail swishes a little hopefully, and he says again, just as gently, but far more heavily, dismissed. And her eyes go to all of you, and you see her ears sort of flatten, and she slinks out of the office.
Kefri, that is my guest. She has been intrinsic to this mission. She is a companion in this regard. Why do you dismiss her from your presence?
The presence of a military force during a negotiation such as this is considered impolite. His eyes go to Calantha.
Then?
Surely, my Knight Commander understands. And he goes to you. My apologies. Knight Ginga, Well, formality... I suppose a relic of the past I should be willing to let go of. My apologies, Dame Calantha, please return to us. And my apologies to you, Ginga, as well. And Calantha steps back forward. Her tail kind of swishes. She sort of trots back up.
Now then, I suppose we should get on to our findings. What do you think the first issue we could have run into was?
I'm being quizzed. Well...
You are.
I imagine the first issue you might have run into would be goblins. There are a number of them under Ogor Toothbreaker in the area.
Taken care of. Ogor Toothbreaker will bother you no longer, as he has gone to meet some.
Truly?
Truly.
The look on
and
his
every goblin in
face
the encampment
is a little bit shocked and sad. I suppose if that was necessary, then may your mercy speed their passage. He quotes a passage of
interesting.
Soulmite priesthood at you in this.
It is interesting. We had originally gone to them to potentially bargain for something. An object that was necessary for us not being picked apart by wyverns. We had been...
Recognition dawns in his eyes.
Do you know what that object may have been?
I believe I do. I was approached by an agent of Ogor some weeks ago to ask me to relinquish my key. An old artifact, a thing I keep very closely guarded. I refused to provide it, and they sent thieves not a day later.
Then, Kefri, why didn't they have it?
Because the thieves were unsuccessful.
And then why did you not tell us?
I didn't think the key would be relevant to you.
You
I
just
don't-
wanted us picked apart by wyverns.
He pauses for a minute. I understand why you might think that. You may not be aware of the history or nature of the Walk of Shadows. But it is, like all of the wonders of Altander, cursed. The Curse of Gloom seeps from the wonders. To open the door to it is to speed the curse, and to doom yourselves. I could no more allow the goblins in than I could you. Please understand. Every action I take, and his eyes go to the banners and the portraits on the back wall, is for the good of Altander.
Then why do you deny the will of its rightful ruler?
He pauses again. I'm certain I don't know what you mean. I've hired the lot of you to pursue Keta's objectives. If you've failed to do so, then that's your fault.
You have denied us necessary tools in making this possible. You have merely fulfilled your bare minimum duty so that you will be able to hold your head up at court for however many days of court you have left.
He leans back in his chair.
Your apathy is as much a reason for this Curse of Gloom as anything else. You can convince yourself it's for those banners all you want, but you have failed, Altander.
His face stiffens, and you see a little bit of redness come to his cheeks, and he maintains his composure, but you sense something roiling beneath his. I have no more failed Altander than Altander can survive the Curse of Gloom. What must be done to guide Altander into its next age is preserve its people, its legacy, and its way of life. And when the curse has run its course, we will rebuild, as we always have. Through the Bright War, through Second Starfall, and through the Curse of Gloom, we will persevere, as we always have.
You plan to grow a garden out of the corpse of this place, don't you?
And what would you save? And he actually stands up and puts his hand on the desk, and you sense that this is his version of slamming his hand on the desk. His eyes belie an intensity that his polite demeanor does not otherwise convey. You would save broken promises, an ill-fated war, sharp and hot feelings tearing apart the fabric of a kingdom that I have worked tirelessly to preserve. Despite the whims of whimsical bards and storytellers, despite the magic lapping at the walls of this castle like a cruel tide, I have held these walls high with my bare hands. And I will not allow you, or goblins, or the whims of some starry-eyed princeling. And he sits back a little, sits back in his chair, to damage what we have built here.
So you'll just let it die?
I am not the killer, I am the surgeon.
You have truly convinced yourself of this, haven't you?
Let that which is dead lie.
You are an arrogant fool. You play it king as you sit here in your chambers making decisions that will kill people you don't even know, subjects you don't care about. You are death to this kingdom.
His eyes go to the eastern part of his office for a second where there is nothing, and then back to you. I believe our meeting to be concluded. Thank you for your time and your service. Your compensation will be provided to you outside of the castle walls by one of my agents. Please wait at the gate and I will get you your gold.
That is mine, and that is my business with you concluded. You have business with the rest of them. They are not my affiliates. I will leave.
I'm glad you said that. Ginga will approach the desk. Chamberlain Kefri.
Gallant
In the
Ginga.
name of the Ordo Gallant, and in service to the kingdom and people of Altander, I, Gallant Quester Ginga, do hereby find you guilty of treason and conspiring to destroy the kingdom of Altander. Come with us, or face justice here and now.
The shock that crosses his face. He takes a step back off of his chair. You can't be serious.
I really quickly go to the wall that he was looking at earlier.
Go ahead and make an observation roll, please.
Okay.
Now, Glade, you rolled a 14. I'm just going to ask you as a player if you noticed it before I point it out to you, because I'm curious.
I see the hole in the bookshelf.
Okay, but that's... Okay, I was wondering, because I meticulously set this map up, that there is one floor tile out of place. There is a single floor tile that breaks the pattern, and I was wondering if you specifically were going to notice it.
I see
Yeah.
it now.
Casper
Glade-
pointed it out to the rest of us a few weeks ago, and we were like, we'll never notice, it's fine.
I was like,
we
if
all
anyone's
waited
gonna
to
see it,
see if
it's
you
gonna be
would.
Dolly.
No, I missed it. I appreciate that you had that much faith in me, though.
Your delicious breadcrumbs. Dolly, Glade does see that the floor tiles don't match the pattern in that little corner, tucked away behind a sort of Spartan writing desk and a shelf with a couple of books on it. There is a bit of floor tile that is facing the wrong direction.
Out loud, Glade goes, "Oh," and moves to
Kefri's
step on
eyes
it.
go wide. He holds up his hand. Stop! Stop! Dame Calantha, stop them! I order you!
I step
pull
on
my
it.
blade and point it at him. Stay where you are.
You hear the ringing of a blade behind you, Ginga, as well. Calantha has her blade out, but it is not pointed at you. Her eyes are darting between Kefri and you, and her ears are flat back. There is panic in her eyes.
Trust yourself, Calantha. You know what is right.
Kefri looks. Calantha, the peace of the kingdom, the survival of everything. All of the people you're sworn to protect. Do you honor your oath or not?
Do you believe that man? Sniveling and hiding, sending other people to do dirty work and sending them to their deaths. Is that who you put your faith in, or is it the people of this kingdom?
Calantha's blade rises towards Ginga, but her eyes go to Kefri. My oath that I have sworn in front of thee and the other knights of the Burnished Rose, my sworn oath to protect this kingdom and its people, Kefri, Lord Chamberlain, and her blade points to Kefri. Thou hast forsaken it, not me. And with this, I doth relinquish my oath to thee and thee alone. And she drops the sword on the ground. It clatters, and you watch Kefri's spirit fall with it. And Kefri sort of sinks. He is wearing a sword at his belt. And you can see like he's looking at Ginga, and then looking at the rest of you. And he considers drawing his sword. But instead, he hooks a thumb under the belt and unhooks it, and drops it to the ground. And where will you jail me, gallant Quester Ginga? What prison will hold me? When the people of this kingdom serve me, when the nobility of this kingdom serve me, you know this will not stand. Your order is small, scattered, sparse. The whim of a madman.
Oh, trust me. I can find a pit deep and dark enough to hold you.
And for now, a rope and a mouth gag might do.
Like,
Kefri
what do you
just
think?
stands, kind of fists at his side, and he breathes and exhales deeply and relaxes. Very well then. Search the reliquary.
Oh, is
Take
that
it.
what this is? I say as I
Rob.
stand on the tile.
It clicks a little bit into the floor, and the stone wall slides away. Let me reveal the rest of the map to you. There is a hallway to the north of you, leading into a dark space, behind which is a beautifully appointed, carefully maintained, marble-floored gallery filled with objects, artifacts, memories, and things of dubious magical intensity. Everything from a wizard hat with a bell jangling at the end of it to a beautiful white wedding gown, preserved just as neatly as the obviously magical swords and spears and armor along the wall. A number of paintings and portraits and mirrors covered in fabric and cloth to hide them from the eyes of even the tender of this place. No cracks, no brambles, no gloom has entered this place. The wards are strong enough to keep even the Curse of Gloom out. But you can feel the rush of air as you open it. It sort of sucks in for a second as the gloomy air outside bursts into the reliquary.
Quite the secret.
Kefri looks at you. You'll find it takes many of them to run a kingdom. Good luck.
Thanks. It's not really my job, though.
And he looks to Gallant Quester Ginga. Says, I submit to your arrest and restraint, Gallant Quester Ginga. But you should know that a senior member of your order is waiting outside of that door. And she's probably not going to agree with your choices. She has,
That's
of course,
fine.
the authority to release me from your arrest.
Then I guess we should go quickly, Glade says as she wanders into the room.
That's perfectly fine. I haven't officially been relieved of this duty yet. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still in charge here. And Ginga will reach into their pack and throw Calantha some rope. Dame, if you would be so kind as to...
She's already
make our
doing
way
it.
Comfortable.
She grabs the rope and she marches over with renewed purpose and a clarity in her mind that you have not seen in her since you met her. She binds Kefri and says, Speak thee no more. Thou art our prisoner. And she kind of grins at Ginga.
Ginga smiles and gives her a nod.
And Calantha marches Kefri off towards the door, but keeps him sort of off to the side. And she holds Kefri's bindings, perhaps a little tightly, and you see Kefri just wince ever so slightly, and you see Calantha's tail wag just a little. And she looks over at Glade as Glade enters the sort of storage room, reliquary, sacred space behind Kefri's office. And Calantha nods and says, Be quick. So who is going in?
Yeah, who's coming with me?
I think Ariana's going to approach Kefri first.
Okay. Ariana's going to go to Kefri. Is anybody else going into the reliquary or?
Gregorio will probably be like, whoa, wait, and chase after her.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. If Ariani and Calantha have this man secured and he's not going anywhere, Ginga's gonna go investigate and because sounds like there might be some contraband in here that would also justify this to Varia.
Excellent thought. Rena, what about you? Are you staying out with the arrested Chamberlain, or are you going in?
Oh, I'm going in.
Then we'll do outside first. Ariani, you approach Kefri. Calantha's holding his bonds, and he looks at you, as peaceful a look as ever on his face.
Do you truly not know why this kingdom is cursed?
I do. I know more than you, perhaps. I know what Irius did as Fletcher. I know of the promises that were made. I know of the one-day war. I know of the failed invasion on Pax, and I know of the consequences of it. The way Irius tried to keep the peace. I know what Fia did. And I know of her bloodline as well.
Ariane narrows her eyes. And why all this farce?
Because... And I think as the four are reviewing this relics of an age of wonder and sort of viewing here a magical glove, there a circlet, here a beautiful work of crystalline art, there an ice sculpture that never melts, there a sheaf of grain so golden it hurts to look at, Kefri speaks. Altander was a kingdom of wonders once, under Irius's rule. The people thrived. We had the Walk of Shadows, we had Skymere, we had the Barrier Crystal to protect us from monstrous incursion. Even the destruction of the world wouldn't break that barrier. We had ties to the barrier kingdoms far above. We had a ship that could sail to the skies themselves. But you must understand, Ariani, with wonders come curses. Brightest light casts the darkest shadow. And Irius's fickle heart cost the people of this kingdom everything they had fought for, everything they had grown to depend on. Their wonders turned to ash, their food soured in their mouth, their children sick and dying. By the fickle whims of our idealistic king. And through his own action sickened himself to the point of death. The doom brought on by his marriage to Queen Fia alone would have been enough to kill this kingdom. But he did more. And in his grief, he chose death. I serve the line of House Grey, as always. Keta is an idealist like his father. Keta would doom us to the same fate his father did. Look at you. Look at what this magic has done to you. And he looks at you with real compassion.
Ariana kind of flinches a little bit. What do you know of me?
I can see your mana. It is a gift that many of my bloodline possess. You'll find elves rather adept at it. I can see the strings that move you. The tangled promises that tether you to this world. All it would take, Ariani, is one cut. And your puppet would fall to the ground, your soul scattered, denied even the Dreadland.
Is that what you were planning to do? To have Valyria outside cut the magic away?
No. No, not from you. And he looks a little uncertain for a second. And we're going to cut away into the reliquary where you're searching. Is there anything in particular you're searching for?
I look at the wedding dress.
It is a beautiful gown of silk and lace covered in pearls and sapphires. From the style of it and from the look of it, it's probably 60, 70 years old. It's been tailored once or twice to fit various people.
Is it enchanted?
Yes, very much so. It is enchanted with protective enchantments and health enchantments,
Ooh.
as well as an illusory glamour.
Glade is particularly interested in this item and spends a lot of time looking at it before she looks at other things. I'll let other people go.
Understood.
Ginga is absolutely looking for contraband. Anything that would guarantee that this is a correct and proper arrest, or at least suffice to back up the charges of treason.
Hold 1 second, please. I'm going to see if I can do something with the background noise. I just saw that message. One moment.
That's okay.
Let's see if that resolves it a little bit.
Yep, seems to have.
I didn't hear it anymore.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
That's okay.
I didn't realize I was picking up at all. My apologies. So yeah, Ginga, you're going to search through what you find. Sorry, go ahead.
To add in, Rena's going to do the same with Ginga, but using Explorer Aid.
Ooh.
But it's only cast on me, so she'll be following Ginga's lead. Magisphere transforms into a sensor to aid vision and hearing. Caster gets +2 bonus to search and disable device checks.
Okay, let's get an observation. We'll call that a search. We'll add that +2 to Ginga.
All right. That's observation.
Mm-hmm. I believe that's the right skill. So we're looking at a 9 then?
Man, I even have a +3 to that. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, +2.
Ginga, what you find is pretty quickly that these things belong to the people. These are things that were confiscated from the Age of Wonders that Altander knew. Many of these clearly like personal effects of people, like a comb or like an enchanted toy. Like you find a little magical like wooden horse that kind of trots around on its own, and it's kind of in a little glass dome and just sort of trotting in a circle. You find that there is like a cloak and a cape that must have belonged to some small wizard somewhere, like a gnome. Like these are things that belong to the people of Altander. With a 9, and I think Glade is spending a lot of time looking at the dress. So Ginga, you find 2 things of note. One of them, a stone, a circular stone, like almost like a plate about 8 inches across, about 1 inch thick, carved with beautiful knotwork around the edges and set in the center with a beautiful green and yellow stone, like swirled together, the colors of the royal family of Altander. And you find that this probably is Kefri's key. You think it fits into that depression on the door that you saw up at the Walk of Shadows. This would get you in. And you also find another thing. There is an empty box. And there is an empty box that says artifacts under the care of Enchanter Thali.
That box is just fully empty.
It is empty. There is a neatly penned note on the inside.
I read the note. What does it say?
Oh, it just says artifacts under the care of Enchanter Thali.
Oh, okay. That's not good. I will take the key, though.
Yeah. It feels heavy in your hand. It's cold to the touch.
Oh, these aren't enough. But I think a missing artifact that's supposed to be under lock and key is definitely suspicious enough.
Oh, hang on, I can go fix that. And Glade will wander back to where Kefri is.
Yeah, Glade, you pop back out just as Kefri is saying the words to Ariani, "Not to you, no." And then Glade emerges.
Knife in hand, I go up to him and put the knife under his chin. Unless you want to meet Solmus early, I recommend you tell me what was in that box that belonged to Enchanter Thali.
Glade, I'm not sure that's necessary.
Fine. Thali keeps the item shop in the town of Cobbledown. She's a gnome, you can speak to her yourself.
You're lying. What was in it?
Relics, valueless things, broken items, enchantments that didn't stick, or things that she insisted on holding on to. I tell you the truth. What are you gonna run me through?
Enough to draw blood under his chin, just a drop.
Glade.
You're as naive as Keta.
Do I seem someone concerned with that?
I don't know what you want me to say.
The truth. You're trying to stop us. It has something to do with Faria.
If you can survive long enough to get to Cobbledown at this point, because what you're doing is treason, then you can speak with the Enchanter yourself. I'm not lying to you. I have never lied to you.
That is untrue.
I don't need to prove it to you. Believe me or not. But if you execute me, this kingdom dies faster.
Glade.
I remove the knife.
His
I
hand,
hope.
he like struggles a little bit to try to get his hand up. And you see Calantha sort of reaches forward with like a towel and holds it to his neck.
Glade actually would do that.
Glowers at you, Glade. Calantha is scowling at you.
I would clean his wound after removing the knife. I would properly tend it. It's probably extremely shallow. And I would instruct Calantha to hold pressure onto it until the bleeding stopped.
She does. Be thee about thy purpose, Glade.
Glade goes back in.
And so, Ginga, you've assembled a lot of things that belong to the people. One empty box and Kefri's key. You do also find that there is an empty pedestal. And you see, and this is kind of something that you all sort of see together as you've finished your individual searching. There is a single, like, museum-style pedestal with a glass globe over it in multiple places through this room. And there's one where the globe is missing. And you don't see any shards of glass or anything, but you do see a little scuff on the pedestal itself. And you follow the scuff along to the wall, and you see a strange seam in the stone where it looks like the stones have misaligned very slightly. And there's enough spellcasters in the party to know that somebody opened that wall from the outside, and whatever was on this pedestal is gone.
I have a feeling Kefri won't answer me if I go and ask what that says, what was in there, so someone else might want to try this time.
Yeah, easy. Ginga will approach Kefri. Yeah, I said that it's just the one that's missing the glass globe. The others have globes, and there's...
Yeah, the others have globes.
Are there
Would it
things
be better just to
in
drag
them,
him down
or-
here and question him, like, while we're looking at stuff?
Either way.
Instead of us popping up, what's that? And him like, ugh. And then we go back.
He knows exactly what's in there. I don't want him jumping for something and teleporting away.
True.
I mean, he's bound, right?
I
His hands
don't
are
want
bound.
him jumping for something and teleporting away.
Uses his mouth to cast, like, escape through wall or something.
I don't know which is worse, how much faith you have in his ability to do that, or how little faith you have in Calantha's ability to hold him back.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Escape through
Ginga-
wall is a very powerful spell.
Listen, it's no chaos vortex, chaos collapse.
Chaos
Ginga, you emerge, and Kefri looks at you, and you get a scowl, Ginga.
As Ginga emerges, Ariana's just sort of, you better not put a knife out to him as well.
Yeah,
No.
Calantha looks at you and says, "Be thee about thy purpose, gallant quester, Ginga."
Yeah, you can make sour faces at me all you like. There's a globe missing from one of the pedestals in the room. It looks like a seam in the wall where someone can enter and leave at will.
Kefri nods. Not at will. The goblins used magic to break the wall open. It's been repaired, as inexpertly as the young prince was capable. The goblins took what they thought was my key. Another relic of Arius's.
What did they take?
What did they take?
A rod, about a foot long, about 2 inches thick, carved of wood with gold inlay. A tangled line encircles it. The fairy skein.
What do you know of the fairy skein?
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
He shrugs gently. I know little of it, other than it was a treasure of Arius's.
Yeah, Gingo will shout into the room, "The skein's not here! Goblins stole it!"
Wait, did
You just hear what echo from down,
The
down
what?
the thing.
I don't? Did Ariana tell Ginga about the skein?
I don't know, but Ginga can hear about the skein.
True. Ginga might know what it is
Was
already.
everyone just listening to the conversation?
I got
Some
big
people
old
have better
ears.
senses than others.
I mean, Rena has big ears, and Glade is a dog. So
I didn't hear it. I was busy being sassy.
That's fair.
Yeah, I guess
I don't think Reno was eavesdropping.
I guess I could retake that. Yeah. I guess then Ginga will inquire about the skein and what.
Yeah, Kefri will shrug. I know it is a relic of Arius's, from his days as Fletcher. Something the Queen of the Fae gave to him. Beyond that, I don't know its purpose. Whatever the goblins can do with it, I can't imagine it could cause that much harm, as they haven't torn the walls down just yet.
A gift from the Queen of the Fae in the hands of goblins is probably not good.
But good thing is, we killed the goblins and have it ourselves.
As Glade says that, a single drop of sweat runs down the side of Kefri's face.
And now, you don't seem to like that, Kefri.
He remains silent.
I've never lied to you. You said it so confidently. You can sit here and let everything end and die, or you can let us do it quickly and you'll get your wish either way. You can be cooperative or not, it's up to you.
This isn't the first time I've been offered a quick death by abductors. It won't be the last, I'm sure. My objective remains, as ever, to serve the Kingdom of Altander.
You're just a name and face for a painting that everyone forgets about.
Speaking of paintings, at this point I'll say Gregorio hasn't been doing much. Gregorio, you pull the fabric off of some paintings, and you find two of them side by side, both of them covered, turned to face the wall. beautiful, beautiful renderings in a traditional dual painting style, meant to be hung side by side. This is a royal painting. This is something meant to be hung in like a hall of rulers. Both of them are.
Right. Gregorio's just going to kind of look over them and kind of glance over his shoulder to Rena. Do you recognize these people? This seems important. These people seem very important. Do you know who they are?
Rena, you kind of peek up. You definitely know one of those people, although you saw him much older last time, hanging in Kefri's office. This solemn-looking man, King Irius, the king who passed away earlier this year. That's the same guy with a different hairstyle and beard. The other one, Rena, her face is burned into your mind from the nightmare at the fountain. That's the face of the impossibly huge, insane, godlike figure you saw at the fountain, with the crawling bramble creatures and thorns sprouting and the silent scream. That's Queen Mifanwi.
Rena will explain that, but also curiously wondering why the two of them would have been painted together and not he and Fina. Or Fia, sorry.
Yeah, there actually is a painting of Queen Fia. It is hanging outside in Kefri's office.
The three of them... Do the three of them look like they ought to be a group of
No, and
paintings?
actually, Rena, as something of a craftsman, you recognize that the painting of Irius and Mifanwi that are hidden in the reliquary here are designed to be hung together. But the paintings of Queen Fia and King Irius, the older, are individual paintings. They're portraits that are made of individual rulers. They're not joined in any way.
Huh.
And Rena, behind the painting of the Prince Irius Grey, before his coronation as king, you find a small red ribbon. Just about 1.5 feet of red ribbon. Just sort of bundled up. Like, clearly with love, but not in anything.
Just gonna leave it there. Rena doesn't want to disturb anything that doesn't seem like it will be of importance in something we do. Like, it's important, sure, but enough to bring with us? I don't think so. Enough to disturb? I don't think so. Unless I've missed something, which is,
Fair enough.
It seems more like the equivalent of painting over the tattoo of your fiance after you broke up with them. It seems more like there was something here, but then it was undone.
Ariani. Ariani, you're a noble. I wonder if you have a chance to take a look at them, if you want to make a knowledge roll.
At the paintings?
Yeah.
Ariani still has conversation to have with Kefri, so
Okay.
I'm not in that room.
Okay, got it. I don't think anybody else in the party has any kind of noble experience or courtly ties, right?
No, I don't.
Nope.
I certainly don't.
Nope.
Okay.
Gregorio will kind of look at them and be like, why would they hide these paintings, and why does it look like they were made to be they were made to be displayed together, right?
That's
I
what
mean,
it looks like to me.
And yet they've been hidden away. I mean, this place is like a stockpile of things that have been taken away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why
Definitely.
would these paintings have been concealed?
There,
Given that these are two people we have learned have a lot of secrets tied to this kingdom, I'm not surprised that they're here, but there's definitely more about them that we don't know.
Interesting.
were the two of them going to be married? Glade says, looking at Kefri.
Kefri looks at you, and Glade, you spy a strange glimmer behind his eyes for just a moment. Almost a light of hope or joy for just a second. And he looks down. And then he doesn't say anything.
The Tree of who, Glade?
There's a painting of, well, assumably the Queen of Pax and of a younger King Arius. Together, like a marriage painting, like those, she says, pointing back at the ones of Fia and Arius.
They were together.
But this would imply something more formal, would it not?
Caffrey looks lower, towards the ground even further, and doesn't say anything.
Their union was to be official. What stopped it?
King Arius's fickle heart, if I'm remembering my words correctly, she says, looking at Kefri.
Kefri looks up slowly, and his eyes are misty. There are tears welling in the corner of his eyes. And he says, "The fickle heart of our leader, King Arius, nearly brought this kingdom to ruin."
And what of Prince Keter?
Caffrey looks at you. The Prince Keta is idealistic like his father.
No, not that. King
What
Arius
else would you have
and the
me
Queen
say?
of King Arius and the Queen of Pax. They were entangled. They were together.
As Fletcher. And yes. His eyes are darting around a little bit. You're detecting something strange. There is a little bit of uncertainty in his answers.
And when was Prince Keter born?
The prince was born, and he ponders for a moment. I need to pull up my timeline. 548 TA. This is 22 years ago.
During
When... you go.
during King Arius and the Queen of Pax's involvement?
He shakes
Or
his
shortly
head.
after?
Arius had been... Arius returned 5 years prior to the birth of the prince. Prince Keta was born true to Queen Fia Olin of the Southlands.
So Keta has dragon blood, then?
From his father, of course.
No,
And
no,
I suppose
no.
from his mother.
Have you ever seen it? Because I've realized recently that it is something you can see. I saw it in Fia. It
The
was
blood manifests
brilliant.
in hair color, eye color, things most people can't.
And Kefri, is that what Keta has from his mother?
No, I don't think. It's strange to think of it. I can't remember his mother's face. Why is that?
You've been played a fool, Kefri.
He sinks a little. I don't understand.
The Curse of Gloom, the Queen of Pax, what she longs for is Keter. Her blood. They're related.
No, Keta is born to Fia.
That's what we thought too, but
I was there. I saw it.
you just told us that you don't remember
Calantha,
his mother's face.
Yes,
how old
Good.
are you?
16 or so. We kobolds age rather differently than thou dost.
Your parentage.
My parentage? Oh, from other kobolds, from the Southlands. Near
Why?
the nation of Pax.
Why are you chosen, Calantha?
Her eyes go wide. Why indeed? Chosen of the Fae. I should never. And her eyes go to Kefri, and then she sort of looks back at you. Chosen? Why? I knoweth not.
Does everybody in this kingdom insist on their secrets and their deception? Do we not realize that you live in a rotting grave full of corpses? What purpose does this deception have, truly?
Ginga looks real close at Calantha.
Calantha looks back at you, her eyes kind of glittering a little.
Is it common for kobolds to have purple eyes?
She blinks. Nay. But those who bear the scars upon thy souls oft manifest strange quirks.
Regardless, I worry that the case is not of... Well, there is a degree of deceiving others that has occurred here in withholding of information, but also I worry that Kefri has been unaware of some deceit on
looks at you.
himself.
There is nothing that happens in this kingdom that I do not know.
Then why do you
I
not
have
know
eyes
the...
everywhere.
Then why do you not know the face of Prince Keda's mother?
He points to the painting of Fia, but his eyes don't go to it.
I grab the painting of Mifanwi. And I pull it out, and I show it to him.
Kefri's demeanor breaks. Tears stream down his face, and he drops to his knees. My queen. My sweet queen. She to whom I am promised. How could I forget you? How could I ever? And he sort of shuffles along the floor on his knees towards the painting and leans his head up against it. How could I have forgotten? Forgive me, my queen.
Is there anything Ariane can do to... Like, Ariane is assuming that there is some sort of... something has affected Kefri's mind.
Yes.
His memory. She doesn't have a way to prove it, but through her own experience with the Fae, is there any, like... Does she know what, like... Is this Fae related? Is this something else? Like, is there any way for her to confirm that something has definitely affected his memory? Is he faking it?
I would say just roll me a. Do you have a magic caster class? You do, right?
No.
Oh, you don't.
I do not.
I think I would take a knowledge roll on that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
You're not sure how to identify that.
Maybe I am.
I will say, Ariane, absolutely you're aware of the Fae changing memories, changing bonds. The connections between two people is one of the most important things to the Fae. The way in which people are tied together.
If you are not deceiving us, Kefri, something has affected your bond.
He sobs, his whole body heaves. What need have I of deceit? All is lost. She rages.
You truly did not remember until just now.
No. No, it was taken from me.
By who?
His eyes go to the north.
Queen Fia?
I do not know.
King Irius?
He shrugs.
If Ariane says that out loud,
Ariane said all this out loud, yeah.
okay, then can I make that check, given that I am also...
It's like your whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like my whole thing.
I specifically had Ariane voice her concern about this because there are people who are better than me at this in the party.
And I do have spellcaster levels, so...
As do I, so I will also roll
Why I
for it.
defer this to y'all. You're better
Yeah,
at piecing these
go ahead and roll
together. I'm
that
sitting here going,
spellcaster check.
"Uh-oh."
Glade, you ponder ways that you could go about attacking this enchantment, but you're not 100% sure how to do it without causing a great deal of damage. Ginga draws their blade, and they lay it over Kefri's head, blade side down. And Ginga, you flip the blade in your hand quickly and cut upward. And you charge your blade with magic in this moment, and you sever a bond. You disenchant something. And you feel the cut. And you feel it unspool, and all of you sort of feel this sort of sense of wavering magic in the air. And Kefri blinks.
What did you just do?
They've
Cut the thread.
They've... Kefri straightens up, sniffles a little bit, looking at the picture of Queen Mifanwi, and then looks up at the group of you, now collected again. It was I who bound the memory of myself, the Prince Keda, even Azuri.
Why?
Peace. To forget.
Coward.
No. No, it was Arius's wish. I did it because my king ordered me. He wanted to forget. And so he forgot. I twisted the skein. It was I who bound our minds. It was I who hid the ties. I turned the skein myself.
So the skein did this?
He nods. It is a gift from Mifanwi to Irius. The skein that their bond is wound around. It's nothing on its own, but it is enchanted to hold the ties. I could tell you the story of Fletcher, if you like, but it's not a happy one.
If there was ever a time to be honest, it's now.
Kefri sits back, sort of wincing at the bonds, but does not fight them.
Ariane's gonna look at, like, Calantha and Glade especially.
I shake my head no. I do not want him unbound.
Calantha nods. Kefri sort of trails off a little bit and sort of goes off into a dream for a second. Sort of a reverie taking over him. It was in the days of Galorum III, Arius's father. Galorum was a woodsman by trade, and he spent time away from the castle, traveling the kingdom, getting to know the people. It's why he was beloved. The Galorum line was a line of conquerors and warlords. So he wanted peace. He met with the queen and the king of the Gemwood, and the leaders of Toma, and traveled the world for some time in an effort to strike up peace. And the Queen of the Fae, Mfanui, she was taken with him, Irias's father, but he told her he was promised to another, but that another would come someday. And she sent me here to ensure that it happened. And Irias, young Irias, the prince, I raised him. His father passed when he was young. Galorum III named him Irias to start a new line, instead of taking his father's name, and I raised him on tales of heroism and adventure and wonder, teaching him of all the magic of Pax and Altander and all of our history. You know the 5 dragons. You know of the origins of our kingdom. You know Lilenwi. And so I taught him the truth, that all of this, Pax, Altander, it was once one kingdom. It was all one when Lilenwi ruled, before the mortal line took over. And Irias's mind was filled with these things, and so, through my promise to my queen, I led him astray. He donned the cap of a woodsman and threw away his title and chose to pursue song instead. I am very long-lived. My blood is elven. And so I have seen generations of this kingdom rise and fall, from both sides. And Irias traveled down as promised. One day met the queen, Mfanui, and she chose him. Her chosen. And his eyes go to Calantha. And then his eyes go to you, Ariani. And the truth told, it was wonderful. The people rejoiced. The Kingdom of Altander thrived in their union. It was a thing to be celebrated. Parades were held, statues erected in the honor of the couple, but not everyone wants peace. And there are some families that dislike the Fae. And he looks to Ginga. There are those who would stake magic as the mark of the elite. Those who would keep magic out of the hands of the people. Strip away access to its wonders. The Ordo Galant was founded on such principles. The warlock Hestus Nar rose up and sought to overthrow a kingdom that he felt was based on elitism. But the rebellion was quashed, and your order was dissolved. But that was a long time ago. And Irias, though he lost his sister, one day would become Fletcher, falling in love with the Queen of the Fae, my queen, and creating a kingdom of wonder, magic beyond your wildest dreams, boundless and beautiful, an aurora every night, and a sun that grew crops and nurtured life every day. None fall ill in Altander. It was a saying. Our fountains ran with healing, and our skies were bright with birdsong. But Irias, when his father passed, fell into a melancholy. He loved Mfanui, but his love was for his family. And try as I might, I could not give Mephanwe what was promised. A lover, a son, an heir to bind the kingdoms back into one. Arius chose Fia. Whether through her artifice or his own grief, he spurned the queen, Mephanwe. And her wrath began. The gloom now poisons the wells, tumbling down from Skymere high. All of the magic, all of the wonders once wrought by Arius became his death. And when his wife was killed for her connections, or blood, perhaps, Arius's joy died. And one day, the birdsong stopped. The fountains fell still, the wind grew silent, and the gloom began. Mephanwe has been wronged. Promises made but unkept. From me, from Arius, and though he does not know it, from the Prince Keta himself. And his head sags. And that's it. The grim history of the Curse of Gloom. The death of Altander. A promise that cannot be fulfilled. A promise that I tore from the minds of myself and everyone relevant. The people don't even remember Mephanwe. They remember Fia in her place. Azuri and I wove that enchantment. It was such fine work. But it didn't save anyone.
And it accomplished this.
Then why is it that Queen Mephanwe seeks Prince Keta?
Because she is his. He was born to Mephanwe in this very castle. In the heart of Castle Grey.
And
I
a
knew
promise
it
can be
once too.
kept. Don't you see?
I think... what?
Don't you see that a promise can be kept? If Prince Keta is the heir to Altander and to Queen Mephanwe, could their reunion not only allow the Queen's rage to be for her to relinquish her rage, but for the kingdoms to reunite?
You speak of reason, but know that Queen Mephanwe is a being beyond such things. Her countenance is like that of a god. Her being far beyond the mortal mean that Fletcher fell in love with.
Yet she still desires, she still wants her son back.
You could speak with the prince. You could speak with the wizard Azuri. Or even Thali.
You say that she is beyond mortals, but it seems that she... her grief has manifested in a very different way than it could for ours, but it is grief nonetheless. It is the same feeling that any of us could experience, and have experienced.
If she was capable of falling in love with mortals, I'm sure she is capable of understanding them.
If only that were true.
That right there. The giving up. that's what led you to just sort of baselessly follow your king and wipe away an entire kingdom's memory, is it?
He sniffles. There is no baselessly in it. I follow my king. Or it is my promise to serve Altander and protect its bloodline, as sworn to my queen.
But we have the chance to truly right this wrong, to truly protect Altander, to stop this slow death.
You're right, and I see it now. But it is not so simple. If you are to challenge Mefanwi's rage and grief, you are far braver than I, and you will not want to go unprepared. If this is your quest, then the choice will fall to you. Whether you are the saviors of this kingdom or its final death will fall into your hands. Get the skein, unmake the promise, or tie it true. It's up to you. You can maybe do what I couldn't. But the parts are scattered now, the pieces flung to the winds. You'll need to gather them. The prince, the skein, Mefanwi herself.
The prince is here, is he not? Or is there more that we
He
don't
nods.
know?
He is training with his tutor. He has sequestered himself within the tower to research the magic of the wonders. It was my way of keeping him out of trouble.
Mefanwi is here as well, in ways. We can feel that rage and agony everywhere.
Kefri nods. Mefanwi is at Skymere. She is atop the mountain, where the source of the fountain flows. It is where she and Fletcher were wed. I officiated the ceremony myself. It is a place important to her.
Perhaps if we were to bring Prince Kata to her, to that place where the bond was made, and with the fairy skein.
But how will you cure her grief? How will you cure her madness over being spurned by Irius?
You can't cure that. That doesn't just go away. But it leaves a scar, and we have to move on from it. We have to grasp at what we have.
No, Ariani, you would surrender the kingdom to her rage and madness. The promise would be fulfilled, but her grief is uncured. No, you need something more.
You speak so distantly from her. Has it ever occurred to you that even godlike beings can experience heartbreak and grief? What would you recommend to me if that happened? Would you recommend I go and stay in the place I fell in love and stay there alone and isolated?
Glade, think not for a moment I have not known grief, or that I have not chosen this kingdom over myself and my desires. When I met Galorum Grey, the love was instantaneous and eternal. To be promised to his lineage was the kindest thing my queen could have done for me, but my love took a back seat in the chariot to this kingdom, and Mefanwi's grief is greater than you realize.
I think you're only saying that because you've been swimming in yours.
He makes a sour face but doesn't answer.
You speak as if you know some way to quell her grief.
I know my queen. She would want proof that Irius had not betrayed her, that his heart had not left her side. And I haven't proof of this. In all the artifacts we've gathered from the kingdom, not one of them signifies that Irias's heart was with her. If he had kept some trinket or keepsake to reflect their bond together, but only the skein, the one that is useful. And he had me tear down the paintings. Irias had me repaint the walls and tear down her statues. He got rid of everything. His heart truly left.
No. That is grief. What he was doing was grief. It was a difficult choice he had to make, love or duty. It sounds familiar, actually, I say, looking directly at Kefri. Those who choose duty over love, they cause scars in the lives of those around them. They live with those scars. He hid those paintings because of his love.
It compels me, but it's not going to be a strong argument for the Queen of the Fae. You can say words all you want. She needs something material.
Maybe he kept something on him. Something that's maybe he was buried with?
A secret even from me if he did.
I saw his spirit. On it was a lute. Did he play?
He did, as Fletcher. He stopped playing when Fia entered the picture.
Curiosity, do the flowers in... If there are flowers in the painting of her, do they match anything growing around the castle?
A beautiful and effervescent purple flower with silvery starlight rung around the edges. A fey flower. The same flower Popo
Isn't that
wanted.
Rena will point that out. Did King Irias want these flowers grown here? Or are they a product of the gloom?
Oh. The starlight lilies? Just something Irias picked up in his travels. And he blinks for a second. He looks over at his purple cloak. No. It couldn't be so
I think
simple,
he kept
could
a
it?
piece of her around more than you think.
They have a naturally magic dampening property. Grind enough of them and you can create an anti-magic salve to break enchantments.
But on their own? Just growing? Does Rena
I
know
wonder.
the answer to this? Is like, she, as a druid, she would, right?
Yeah, as a druid, you recognize it as a fey flower, starlight lily. It's not. It's like a wildflower. It's not like really even uncommon outside of very magically intense lands. Places like Pax, for example, are rampant with them. If Irias brought it here, it's not native to the region, and it probably does have some pretty good purposes as like a anti-magical herb. Growing on its own, it wouldn't be native to this region at all.
Would it have those anti-magic properties growing on its own, though?
Enough of it, yeah.
Okay. But he wouldn't have been growing it before the gloom anyway, so I don't think that's why it's here.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
He had me plant them the day he returned. Before the gloom. He had me sow them around the castle. I thought it was just... My king was sullen, and in his grief, I thought to serve him. I never thought more of it than that. The kingdom is abundant with them.
I think if it would be permitted, if we were able to see his body and what he was buried with, if the remains of one of those flowers is within, I think that would be...
Kefri stands up,
That would
kind of
imply
awkwardly with his hands
much more
tied.
meaning.
I have one more
Behind them.
question. Are the flowers present in the painting of him that is meant to be paired with that one?
Yes. The flowers are behind both of them in the paintings, together.
I think that's kind of telling myself.
Kefri looks at Glade. There is a proper way to exhume a buried regent in times of need.
Ariane probably was looking towards Glade when she was looking between Kefri and Glade when she suggested that.
There is. It can be slightly time consuming, but it is possible. I would have need of several regents, but if you would provide them, I could do such
He
a
nods.
thing.
You can acquire them most likely in town, the Temple of Lyria or the general store. Thali the Enchanter, one of the mages who worked with the court in the time before I bound everything, should have what you need. I will provide you with what you need for this. But know that the necrosis has begun. Dying is a process. Death is a destination, and we have begun to reach it.
Then our time is limited.
Are we to untie Kefri then?
What were you going to have that Ordo Gallant out there do?
She came seeking entrance to the reliquary. She told me that she had a confirmed way to end the Curse of Gloom. And she needed but one of the items from our reliquary to do it. I thought there no harm in hearing her out, but... Gods, Varia. If she's heard any word of what we've said...
Wait, she knew about the reliquary?
He nods.
Do you know which item she was to request?
He shakes his head. I can only imagine the skein. But if it's in the hands of goblins in the forest, then...
And we must reach it before she does.
Thank goodness we killed them. And if she's been listening, that's what she believes.
Kefri looks not so sure.
Ariane's just going to untie Kefri at this point.
Glade looks very upset at this, but doesn't say anything.
He rubs his wrists and kind of nods.
I am very sorry
thought
for
this-
our impoliteness earlier.
I am not.
You were
You
correct.
deserved every
Reliquary
single
was,
bit
like,
of it.
Hidden.
It is full hidden. Like magically
And how-
enchanted.
Then how did she know about it and come to request a thing?
The Ordo Gallant was founded here. And she is a high-ranking officer.
Ginga, has your organization worked with goblins and the like before?
No, not that I have, at least.
Then we can only hope they aren't in league.
Has troubling implications if they are.
So, will you speak to the prince, or will you go into the woods? Will you climb Skymere? What will you do next?
All of those things, probably. In order, we should probably speak to Keta first.
Here. And he reaches into his doublet and pulls out a silver key. This will get you into the keep. He offers it to you.
To who specifically?
Whoever's... Probably Ariane. Ariane's closest to him.
Ariane would take it. Glade, or, well, anyone capable, would you heal the wound upon Kefra's neck?
Everybody looks around the room like, oh no, our secret that they all have shared. Told each
Okay,
other
nobody
not to
looks
say
for a
anything
second.
Ariane
about.
rolls her eyes. Kefri is... We just tied Kefri up, attacked him, and is still willing to assist us in this. I think it would be within our best interests to ensure that when Valeria enters, she does not suspect that anything of what just happened did happen.
Kefri goes to his desk.
Unfortunately, while I was crawling through a crypt of his past sins, I ran out of my ability to do that.
Kefri sort of looks.
Shoot him. The idea of Rena going, all right, and like cocking the gun. Like, okay.
Is Rena actually doing that?
Rena, end his misery.
Is Rena actually doing that?
Yeah, I'll healing bullet him. Give him a good scare.
He like blinks as you crack the healing bullet out. Spend the MP. He blinks and his hand goes to his
double
throat.
Checking what the MP is. Oh, actually, it's none. Hooray! I took a new feat that lowers everything's cost by 1.
Oh, yeah.
Also took that feat. I don't know if it lets things go lower than 1, though.
I hope
think
so.
it's
Otherwise,
minimum
I'm
1.
choosing a different one because everything I have costs like 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 1 is the
That
minimum.
might be the move then, because I am nearer positive.
I'll look it up, but
I
for now,
didn't see
don't
it
bother
in
spending
there,
the
but
MP.
I am battling a nasty headache.
The
so I have
MP
not
consumption
read it.
is reduced by 1 point, minimum 1 MP. So
Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
then
we'll pick a
choose
different
new
feat
feed
then.
later.
Either way, Rena, you spend an MP. You shoot him healing. He like clutches at his throat. His eyes go wide for a second, and he looks at you like, "Oh, thank you."
She's just like trying not to like chuckle.
Yeah, I'm sure that was gratifying for you. So, things are going to move very quickly now. I have an enchantment to hold together. What I did to bind our minds ended some of the grief, but as that unravels, the Curse of Gloom will accelerate. So I am going to do what I can to hold it together. I will ask you to speak with Azuri for me, Keta's tutor, and Thali, the enchanter in town, and inform them of this. Tell them to meet me here, and we can maintain the enchantment as long as we can. You'll have a day, maybe 2 at most. There's no way up to Skymere within a day or 2 other than the Walk of Shadows, so you'll need to take my key.
This key, and I pull the key out from behind me.
That key, yes. My, you are incisive.
Thank you
I'll do my best to hold things together. Don't thank me. Everything's riding on this now. This could all be for nothing.
But you're still doing the right thing.
No, you're doing the right thing.
thank you.
So I'll ask you to keep doing it. Stop talking to me and go do the right thing.
Glade's already
Alright.
turned away.
My
So you were in
objection is
Kefri's
for you to
office.
hold
Kefri
on, I
begins
can't do
laying out
anything.
some magical materials in order to maintain an enchantment that is rapidly unraveling at his fingertips. You have a few different places you could go. You have the key to get into the keep, to meet the prince, and perhaps the royal mage Azuri, who was alluded to in like game 1. Or you could go chase down some goblins. What do you want to do?
We need to deal with Keta first.
Then to the keep you go. I will be so real with you. I don't actually have a full map for that. So
Fully
I just have the
fine.
gate.
That's okay.
But here at Castle Grey, the keep is a very large and imposing building in the center. Again, it's broad, it's wide, it's strong, and though the bricks are sagging under the weight of the curse, they are still standing for the time being, though ivy and brambles cover most of them. The windows are choked up, and you can see servants even now like trying to rip and cut brambles out from the windows. They are failing. And as you approach the keep, you can hear the creep of vines slithering along the grounds, grass growing a little higher, those purple flowers getting choked out a little bit by thicket. And you find that the central keep has no guard. There is just a single wooden door, kind of arched, about 8 feet high, about 4 feet wide, a very large, like grand wooden door. And there is a post where a guard should be posted. But what you find is a helmet lying on the ground and a halberd, like an axe on a pole, sort of leaned up against the wall as if someone has abandoned their post.
Not exactly in the best state of things, are we?
That's potentially ominous.
We should go fast, then. If unstopped, Glade is going to just sort of open it and head in.
You open the door, Glade, and you step in, and you find yourself suddenly somewhere else. Glade, you turn around, and behind you is a long stone hallway. And none of your friends are present. Everybody watches Glade step through the door and vanish.
That doesn't feel unfamiliar at all.
Does she have no survival instinct whatsoever?
So what do you all do when Glade disappears?
Ariani just was probably about to follow and then suddenly freezes like, I don't think that's supposed to happen.
She's going to get herself disintegrated one of these days, and we're not going to be able to put her back together again.
Rena is somehow not terribly surprised that this has happened, but still doesn't exactly know what to do.
The door is open, right?
Yeah, you can see inside.
Is there anyone inside?
There is not. There's sort of a long hallway with a sort of musty purple carpet along the ground. Excuse me, it's going to be a green and yellow woven carpet, not a purple carpet. Some banners hang from the left and right walls. There are doors in either direction. A couple of gas lamps on the walls are they're running maybe a little dimmer than you would have expected.
And are there any signs of, like, some sort of magic on the door that would have caused this to happen?
Nothing apparent.
Hey, does anyone know what happened to Glade? Should we follow?
She was half dead from that last fight. I'm not letting her go in there alone, and I'm going to go through the doorway.
Gregorio vanishes.
Oh.
He's got a point. Rena will follow suit. We might as well stick together.
Rena, we might as well stick together. And she's gone.
Exactly, thank you.
Calantha says, I'll not be left behind, and bounds through.
Okay.
I'm not going to be the last one through the door, and
Wait,
Ginga jumps through.
Ariani races Ginga to not be the last one through.
And the two of you push through at the same time. So Glade has a minute here before everyone else arrives. And Glade, let me change the music real quick. We're going to do... Is this the one I'm thinking of? 1 second, please. No, this is not the one I'm thinking of. This one? Yeah, this is the one. Glade, you step into an old stone ruin. It's cut with crystals and glowing with effervescent light. In a lot of ways, strangely similar to the crystals that the goblins were enhanced with during the first battle of the first game. With Ikra and Dari, the two goblins who were stealing from Kefri's office when you first arrived in Cobbledown. And there is a stone smooth platform on a raised dais ahead of you, overlooked by two statues. A statue of a beautiful human-looking woman who you recognize to be Lyria, the goddess of humanity. And then another woman across the other side who you recognize now to be Mefanwe, Queen of the Fae. And there is, standing before you on the walkway, a rather serious-looking man. And it's that guy. And he eyes you appraisingly. He's got a hand up with two fingers sort of extended, and there is a circle floating in the air in front of his fingers with some lines across it, like a star pattern. and he is just maintaining it as he looks at you. And he just watches you as you arrive to see what you do.
I smile and I wave at him.
He nods.
You've arrived later than expected.
Oh, I was expected?
I'd thought you'd be here days ago. Though if I'm being terribly honest, none of this has gone according to schedule. Your friends will be arriving soon, I imagine. They won't leave you for long.
They should be behind me. I don't imagine that they would abandon me here, or at least I would hope.
Yes, well, we can speak once they've arrived.
Yes. And Glade looks at the door like more and more concerned with every passing second that they don't follow her.
There's a moment. So you're Glade then, I take it.
Glade Evers, priestess of Solm at your service.
The Wizard Azuri.
Ah, I've heard about you.
Yes, I've hijacked your portal.
It would seem that way.
Gregorio comes through.
Oh, thank goodness.
Glade, are you dead yet?
No! Why
Good.
did you wait so long?
I was right behind you. Do you have any survival instinct whatsoever?
I walked into a door.
What if there were giant blades right behind the door that fly towards you down a corridor and try to cut you in
Gregorio,
half?
that is no way to live.
Why would there be blades in a castle? And then Rena comes
No way to
through.
die either.
And then
Thank
Kalantha,
goodness.
Ginga, and Ariani together, sort of stumbling through the door, racing each other.
I was the last
good.
one.
You're all here. And you did tie for last. And he closes his fist, and the magic circle in front of his hand shimmers and disintegrates.
As I told your friend, I am the Wizard Azuri. Some call me Archmage. I'm here to answer questions and set you on the right path. But I'm also here to ensure that you have a good plan. I'm not going to give you access to the prince without proving that to me. So, your trial begins.
Wait, let's like set some like ground first. So how much are you like aware of? You seem like you were expecting us. We were just
I've
going
been
to
watching
visit
you
Prince
since you
Cal
arrived in Cobbledown.
the whole time.
The whole time. You were a figure of curiosity to me. When the goblins approached Kefri to take the skein, I knew something was up. But you behaved in a way I didn't expect. You seek resolution beyond that which was offered. You've turned down a considerable reward of gold for the fate of the kingdom. But more than that, you seem to be choosing a human path. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but your motivations lie beyond simple recognition or reward. It seems as if you've chosen something based on passion, heart, perhaps integrity.
Ariani kind of straightens herself up. I grew up here, and I'm not going to just let it rot away.
Idiotic, but admirable.
There is a fundamental good to this world. To the people in it, the places in it, and the concepts we all carry in our hearts. They are valuable, and I wish to protect all of them. There are a lot of people here to save.
I heard you talking about meeting the prince a day or so ago. I had expected to intervene then, but now is as good a time as any.
He kind of nods to Kalantha. Dame Kalantha, we've already spoken. And she nods and says, Indeed, I shall accept thy judgment. Please, speak with them. And she steps to the side.
So, you have questions, but I have questions. What is your plan exactly?
Well, we have to get to Mafanwi first. Getting there will require us to use the Walk of Shadows, something we now have access to. There is a withering rage in her heart, a grief. She believes that King Arius held no love for her in his heart, that the promise was broken. We wish currently to correctly exhume the corpse of King Arius, to see some indication of his enduring care for her in his death. If we find such things, we will bring them to Mafanwi in an attempt to cure her ire.
So Mafanwi is not first.
No.
Well, yeah, I don't believe that we should go to visit her first, but how do we know we can trust you?
You don't, but you don't have much time.
It's a good point.
Now, if you want something from me, I'll tell you my motivation. I'm here serving my own agenda. My sister and I parted ways some time ago. We're both magi. We came to this land from the barrier kingdom of Skyhold, seeking a relic that fell here during Second Starfall. Did you, in Kefri's reliquary, happen upon a scroll? It would have been about 3 feet wide, large, rolled. Ginga, absolutely, there is a relic like that. It's rolled up along with some carpets kind of stacked in the corner.
No, I didn't see anything like that.
Damn. We'll have to look elsewhere. And he turns for a second, and he traces another symbol in the air with his hand. And you watch a sort of arcane circle appear and flash. And he says, "It's not here." And you hear, after a moment, a voice on the other side. "Well, it bloody well is. If they haven't told you by now, you're wasting your time with that kingdom." And he says, "No, sister. I think there is something. The stars led me here on purpose. I simply need to find what it is." And you hear the voice on the other side say, "Well, hurry up. I am getting tired of waiting." And he kind of quells the message spell, and he turns back to you. "I've exposed my motivations to you. I've given you something of my private conversations. I hope that's enough to win your trust."
Fine,
It
whatever
is certainly a
scroll
very
you're
good
after.
start.
I wish you luck in finding whatever scroll you're after. We,
Many pieces of a scroll, actually.
right, we're just trying to fix things, and
As am I.
well,
Then
If-
help us.
if whatever you're
I
after
intend
really
to.
is here, then right, okay, perfect. Well, we will require. If you have just seen everything that we've been speaking of, then you know that we must speak to Prince Keta.
Yes,
He,
but I'll allow you to do that once you tell me your plan and if I deem it good enough.
right. Well,
Something was taken. We wish to give it back.
You mean
We
the
believe-
prince?
Of course.
So you would hand Prince Keta off to Queen Mafanwi in her madness and grief?
We would wish to see his own desires on the matter.
He doesn't know.
If he knew. You already
he
know that he
knew,
would
he
want
would-
to go.
Of course he would. And he'd be shredded by banelings. He wouldn't last a day in Pax in the state it's in. And the kingdoms would remain separate.
That is why we
I-
speak to Mafanwi first, as I said.
I believe that what we should offer is not for simply Keta to join the Queen of Pax, but we could implore of the Queen a union of the nations to fix what was broken, to ensure that the tragedy that she endured doesn't happen again.
A lofty goal, but you'll need tools.
If we can
Your
show
words
her,
won't be enough to reach the Queen.
if we can show her that King Irius still thought of her, that is why we must exhume the body.
Bring with you concrete proof.
Right.
You're still going to have some fighting to do, I imagine. Her rage and grief are tangible. Her power exceeds that of most mortals.
We've experienced it.
Then you know what you're in for.
We wouldn't be here
So-
if we weren't prepared.
You'll find a tangible sign. Now I'll ask you again, do you intend to tell Keta what you know about his mother?
Yes.
Of course. Keeping secrets is such a huge part of what has caused this tragedy.
Yes,
We must know.
I was new to the kingdom when I wove the enchantment.
That enchantment has been since broken on Kefri, and he requests your aid to stall it for as long as possible.
Yes, I am aware. I'll have to alert Tharley as well. So you're going to bring concrete evidence to Queen Mafanui via the Walk of Shadows. You're going to
And-
seek Skymere.
We also, I believe it would be smart of us to collect the fairy skein along the way, as we have reason to believe that the goblins have it.
I hadn't accounted for that. Those goblins from the first day,
Quite possible.
that'll need to be resolved.
We'll take care of it one way or another.
Okay. I suppose that's good enough for me. On to meet the prince with you then. But hurry. You don't have a lot of time. 3 days at most. And with that, he waves his hand. And behind him, on this sort of stone, smooth platform, you watch spin into being, as if threads being pulled together and woven, a spindle of silvery thread that expands and widens into a door, beyond which you see a long hallway with a green and cream-colored carpet, and a bunch of sort of banners hanging on either side. And you should know the Walk of Shadows isn't just a two-way street. It's an entrance to the Wayfair. There was a time when Droenomancers drew on the Wayfair to travel anywhere they wished. It's a forgotten school here in Ennam.
Or we will follow the grief to its source.
Don't get lost. And he waves you through the door.
I go.
Ariani will follow, but she kind of glances to. She glances to the mage as she passes. I don't like putting my trust in people that I've only just met, but thank you for doing your part.
We're all in this together, one way or another.
Ariani goes through.
Anybody else staying?
Gregorio was probably like right after Glade. Like as soon as he saw her moving to leave, he was like, "Oh, there she goes again!" And
Rena will
no.
follow, but she thinks we should question Calantha Though I wasn't here for when he said they had spoken, was I?
No, I think that you
No,
came in
I
second.
did come in before her.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, yeah. Then yes, I will suggest that we ask Calantha what they discussed.
Fair.
That is quite the good question, Calantha.
You emerge on the other side into a hallway. As you say, that is quite the good question, Calantha. And you hear footsteps approaching, kind of echoing through a mostly empty castle. And the figure that you see is perhaps not as grand or clean as you would have expected. But you find a slightly disheveled young man. You have been sent into one of the upper halls of the castle. This is not the ground floor. And here you find a young man with sort of purple tone to his hair, a sort of wry smile, a spellbook slung under one arm, and a walking stick or twisted staff in his hand. And he stops and blinks upon seeing you all emerge from a door into what must be an upper hall of the castle. And he looks a little alarmed.
Ariani sees Prince Keta and pretty much immediately, bows. Prince Keta, I know that we are unfamiliar to you, but we come bearing important information.
Hello, I am Prince Keta Grey. Who are all of you?
Oh, of course, I am Ariani. We were... You requested of Kefri that some individuals be hired to investigate the source of the Curse of Gloom.
Oh, you're the agents! Oh, it's an honor to meet you, then. Oh, Azuri told me to expect you, but I thought you would come yesterday. Hello! Yes! And he walks forward and he extends a hand for a hearty handshake.
Does that
Ariani,
mean
kind
someone
of-
came yesterday?
What'd you say?
Does that mean someone came yesterday claiming to be us?
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
No, I thought you'd be here sooner.
Oh, okay.
I've been stuck in this dismal tower studying tomes for, God, it feels like 3 months now.
I thought he said he thought we had come yesterday.
Oh, no.
Those
know.
people yesterday were us, and I'm like, what?
No, he was saying that he expected us to come yesterday,
Yeah.
but we didn't.
Okay, I
Yeah.
misheard then. For the better.
It's an honor to meet you.
Ariani's a little taken aback by the handshake, but will kind of eagerly accept it.
Come on, no need to be proper here.
My apologies. Right. Sorry, it's just we come bearing news regarding the mission that we had been sent on, and
Great. I had expected to hear it from Kefri, but I'd be happy to hear it from the source. Can I offer you
Yes.
something to drink or eat? The servants have all quit, so I'll have to get it myself, but I'm no stranger to it.
we are.
Come on, please, this way. And he turns on his heel, and he, with a spring in his step, he makes his way down that echoing hallway. The soles of his boots, he's clearly well traveled. His clothing are a little worn, but his boots are extremely well cared for. So you hear clack, clack, clack as he goes.
He hasn't seen anyone except Azuri in 3 months. He's so excited to finally get to talk to somebody.
Ariani quickly follows after him.
He takes you to a dining room, and there's a long wooden table with a handful of chairs, most of which have cloth thrown over them, but 3 of them have been cleaned off and pulled. And he starts pulling cloth and sort of wrapping it up in his arms. Sorry, the place is in a bit of disrepair. Curse of Gloom and all. But here, everyone have a seat. I'll fix you some tea. Maybe some snacks. I have a spell for this.
Ariani will
and
kind of sit down.
He
Quite
bustles
politely.
around the room, and he pulls up a silver tea set that he sets down on the table. And he cracks his knuckles, and he kind of inexpertly chants a couple of words, and you watch a slightly shakier magic circle than Azuri created, but very similar to it, appear over the tea set, and you hear the sound of water bubbling, and you smell sort of this fragrant tea suffuse the air. Yes! Well, I'm glad that worked between you and I.
That was
So,
quite impressive.
Thank you, but nothing compared to what you do.
Well, I don't. I'm not much of a magical individual myself.
No, all of you. I heard you slew some goblins who'd broken into the kingdom and then went on a magical quest up towards Skymere.
We
And then you had some run-ins with Ogor, didn't you? Fierce, nasty piece of work that man is.
did, but it is
He knows a lot about what we've been up to, despite us not saying anything.
But that is a lot of information you have on what we've done. How did you
Oh,
receive
well.
those updates?
The
Azuri keeps
wizard
me
guy said he was watching us the whole time.
aye, fairly well apprised. It's all heroic and wonderful, isn't it? Traveling up the mountain. What? Tell me, why'd you come back
It
down?
it is beyond time, Prince, to disregard formality, if that is all right.
Please. Oh, it's so tiresome.
Wonderful.
I never cared
Your
much for
kingdom
it.
is dying.
His face darkens. Yes. Yes, because of my father.
Do you know what your father did?
He sealed the wonders. He had some... the 1 year war, or 1 day war happened, and he sealed the wonders. He didn't speak much of his time in Pax, but I know it hurt him greatly.
your father did much more than just seal the wonders.
Well, he sits down. What do you know?
The source.
You- Glade will let Ariani lead this.
The source of the Curse of Gloom is the ire, the sadness of the Queen of Pax. And that sadness comes from her entanglement with your father, King Arius. The two
He
were
frowns.
much closer than friends. They were lovers, and their union was interrupted by, for reasons we don't quite understand, your father's desire to cut that tie. But that is not the only reason that the Queen holds such heartbreak, because their union produced a child, and that child is you.
He pauses.
Powerful
My
mages.
mother was Fia.
And the reason that the kingdom believes this is because Kefri, alongside the Archmage, weaved a spell. A spell that, at the request of King Arius, was to make the kingdom forget. Forget about
So,
King Arius and Queen Mefanwe's union.
he pauses for a second.
You remember Queen Fia, but it was Queen Mefanwe.
When I sent you up the mountain to open a fountain,
I never imagined you'd open a fountain like this.
I know this is hard to believe and probably very shocking. But
I shouldn't believe it, but
you could
something
ask.
in your eyes.
You could ask Kefri.
makes-
You could ask the Archmage.
No. I can tell you're speaking the truth. Something in your eyes. It's okay. It's a lot to take in, but it's okay. So, Mifanwe's grief and madness are the source of the Curse of Gloom
That's right.
because of a broken promise.
Because King Arius not only broke his promise to her for them to be together, but also took you from her.
And I'm Mifanwe's trueborn.
Congratulations, you're half Fae.
Gods. Well, so where does that leave us with the Curse of Gloom?
It leaves us with a very, very powerful opportunity. We are seeking proof that though your father did what he did, he still held love for Queen Mifanwe. And if we can present that to her, if you would meet with her.
Oh, you think my father kept loving Mifanwe? No, he never spoke of her. He spoke of Fia constantly. An amulet
His
around his
own
neck with
mind
her,
was bound by this.
with Fia's hair in it. A locket he wore every day. I watched him. He kept it warm. I think it never grew cold.
That may not be Fia's hair. The curse that bound all of your minds was strong enough to bind the minds of even those who cast it. It is very possible that it caused such a change in perception.
All right. Let's be practical then. If you think, and I believe you, that Fia, Queen Fia, my mother, is not my mother, that I'm the child of Mifanwe and my father Arius, then Arius and Mifanwe had me, and I was promised to her in some way. And that's the
seems
source
that
of her
way.
grief. Am I understanding correctly?
Something like that, yes.
Yes.
Well, that's not right. If I was promised to her, then that's a broken promise. To the Queen of the Fae, no less. Well, it's no wonder the kingdom's cursed. He stands up. Well, there's only one thing to do, then. Oh, but there's a problem. I'm the only heir. In my absence, the kingdom falls to Kefri. And with no noble heir, no true-blooded heir to the kingdom, the courts there'd be war. There'd be civil war at best. We've barely staved it off.
The kingdoms.
Because the Silvers family alone is making demands. They wanted to see the Dreamstone.
The kingdoms were once united.
In prehistory, under the Lenwi, the Fey Dragon.
There would be a way for you two, for this promise to be kept.
It's not that easy.
It
you'd
is
put
doable.
It's not easy, but
no. You'd need to put Mifanwe on the throne here. The nobles never have that. She's a foreign leader. The queen we went to war with not 50 years ago.
would she
You're
would
so far ahead of us here.
would she need to be on the throne, or would, if the two kingdoms come to union, to peace, if you are not kept
Right,
from
but-
each other, but you both, as Prince Keda of Altander and Queen Mifanwe, if you spoke and the kingdoms came to alliance once more, with the promise not.
Well, I'd need
Out.
to be coronated.
That is true.
Sounds like you have work to do then.
Well, Kefri would need to make that happen.
Hopefully he will.
I think Kefri will be quite cooperative.
So, but then, how does that keep the promise to Mifanwe? If I was promised to her,
Well, you
The
won't.
truth of it is that none of us can know. We do not know her heart.
We don't know the promise that was made. All we know is that she is grieving because you were taken from her. And that doesn't mean that you must be by her side at all times, but that you not be kept from her.
I should go to her.
Not right now. We have work to do first. If you go now, you will be ripped apart.
The kingdom's dying. Wouldn't that make the promise, though, if I was there? If I was ripped apart instead of the kingdom, wouldn't that be enough?
Keda,
I don't think she wants a sacrifice.
Keda. You wouldn't know any of this without us. You would be the leader of a kingdom dead in 3 days, either way. That was the case before we were here. Now that we have gotten this far. I know it is difficult, but you must place your trust in us.
Then, I, Prince Keta Grey, the throne of Castle Grey in Altander, hereby place my trust in you. I name you stewards of the kingdom, keepers of the peace, and my hand. Then please, I beg you, go do what I can't. You have my blessings. No one will stand in your way. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Prince. We will do what we can, and when the time comes, there will be only things that you can do.
I'll wait here then.
Yes, I'm going to go exhume your father's corpse.
His face blanches.
Be
Lovely.
right back.
You didn't really have to mention that.
No, I did. It's actually very important that the direct descendants of individuals know before I do this.
Right. Well, Glade is a priestess of Solmus, and she, of anyone, knows how to properly respect.
What's a priestess of Solmus doing hiring out for mercenary work?
That's a
I
good
don't
question.
care for the payment. I am merely here to right other people's wrongs.
So you sniffed this out as a great wrongdoing and took the job that was supposed to be for a bunch of burly men. I asked for the biggest and strongest. I asked him to round me up a squad of knights.
Then I think
Quite
you
silly.
misunderstand what strength is.
Ginga kind of coughs.
Yeah,
I
Gregoria
think
does
it-
it. I mean, I'm quite strapping, no?
I think at least two of us quite knight-like.
Oh, no, of course you are. Of course you are.
Thank you. Ariane looks very proud.
They are all scared to walk through doors. What would they do without someone like me?
Hey, don't count me in on that.
You disappeared. We were taking precautions.
You have disappeared
yes.
twice in the past hour.
And I appreciate so much how you run to help me every single time.
Well, someone has to do it. You have literally no survival instincts. It's baffling. It's scientifically astounding, honestly. I'd like to study it sometime.
And yet I am still alive.
I said you had no survival instinct. I didn't say you weren't good at surviving.
Do you see what I mean? There is nothing they could do without me. They would get stuck trying to get out of bed in the morning.
He just smiles warmly. I can see the bond you've all formed is something very special. I'm very fortunate that Kefri chose you.
Well, I've only known them for a few days, but they are trustworthy.
Well, on your way, I suppose. Is there anything you need from me?
You should go somewhere safe. Don't go with people you don't know. Don't let other people randomly teleport inside the room that you're in.
Well, Father used to say that the safest place was the reliquary. I could go there.
A good idea.
If you are to go there, please be wary of sorry, I forgot her name. The other
Varia.
Please, thank you. Please be wary of Varia. She approached Kefri with an alternative solution to this. That
Varia.
would...
Oh, the Ordo Gallant lady.
Right.
Yeah, she said she's here to kill the blood of a betrayer. She's here to end a traitorous wrongdoing or something along those lines. I think her words were, with one cut, I end the line. That's a bit intimidating now that I say it out loud.
I do think it is likely that you are the line in question.
Well, that... if she killed me, then the promise would never be fulfilled. That would...
Yes.
Oh. Oh. I understand.
Yes.
You know, it was before I was born, but my father is the one who reinstated the Ordo Gallant. And he looks to Ginga. I'm glad they're not all quite so bloodthirsty.
Ginga
They're not?
smiles.
They have their moments.
Alright, so dodge scary high seeker lady. Go
Right.
somewhere magically safe.
Mm-hmm.
Protect myself and wait for the kingdom to not die. I can do
And
that.
then, when the time comes that we need your action, we will call upon you.
I'll do my best. But I don't know how I can help from inside a vault.
I don't know how you could help inside this tower either.
I think
I suppose that's true.
if you are to help, if there is anything that you, in your power as the prince, can uncover about the bond between your father and Queen Merfanwe, any knowledge, any trinkets, any evidence,
I had no idea such a thing even happened.
Wait,
that it did.
wait, hang on. What if we're going about this all wrong? What if we go there and we hand over a locket with hair and a flower and we're told it's nothing? We'll be struck down. What if Keta came with us? Not through the Walk of Shadows, necessarily, but to a point that we could relay information if we needed Keta. If that isn't enough, would bringing Keta safely to her feet be enough?
I thought that was the plan from the start.
Well, we can't exactly do that if Keta is in a reliquary.
Well,
Well, I have a wizard.
right.
You have a wizard.
I have two
Okay.
wizards, technically.
Let's talk about that. Can they transmit messages? Can they get you places quickly?
Well, I can do messages.
But aye, Azuri and Thali, they can perform any kind of transportation magic along the Walk of Shadows. Walk of Shadows is built right into the foundation of this castle. You can get to any room in this castle with it. It's it's actually fairly intimidating to think about that it might have been compromised.
Does that mean that you
Maybe
could
we can-
access the Walk of Shadows from here?
Oh, well, I can't. Azuri probably can.
We could... Ariani kind of looks towards the others. We could acquire the fairy skein and have Kera join us once we reach the Walk of Shadows.
That's a good idea.
It's sort of a royal secret, just to be clear. If you'd keep that to yourselves, I'd appreciate that.
Right, we've learned a lot of secrets about this kingdom, so what's one more?
The dead don't gossip much.
Are you saying that we're going to die?
Well, no, that's just all that I normally talk to. This is
Oh,
sort of like a new thing for
right.
me. She said, sort of like pointing at the real people around her.
Are we?
Right.
Right.
Then I believe, my prince, that we will bid you farewell.
All right, then. So I'll wait in the reliquary?
For now. Glade is already walking away.
Speak with the Archmage about what we discussed of your accessing the Walk of Shadows when required.
Right. I'll speak with Azuri about it. I'll steer clear of that Varia.
Right, and if there is anything you can do to better equip yourself so that in case of any danger, once you have joined us, that would be wise.
Right, well, my magic's not very strong, but it should be something. All right, and he stands up. Whew, whew. I got goosebumps. Covered in goose flesh. You really are an interesting group.
I think that's the reason why we were able to find this out.
His eyes go to each of you in turn, and he nods to each of you, and he gets to Calantha. And Calantha has, by the way, this whole time been standing rigid, stock still, arms balled up in fists, eyes completely wide, just completely at attention in the doorway. And Keta gives her a smile, and you hear the softest just escape her. And
What's her tail
Keta-
doing?
it is straight out.
Oh.
Keta smiles at the group of you and says, well, onward, heroes, to save Altander, I suppose.
I suppose.
Good luck to you.
Oh, we're gonna need it.
Glade is already like halfway down whatever stairs there were in the tower.
Ariani kind of offers like another bow, a little bit awkwardly. She kind of starts one but then stops one, as if like she's not sure whether to be formal or not. And then like she just kind of smiles and then turns around and leaves with the others.
Gregorio will extend his hand for a handshake.
Keta shakes it heartily.
I've never shook hands with royalty before. I could get used to this.
Nah, a lot of people have. I've spent a lot of time wandering the kingdom. In incognito, of course.
Of course. You can count on us, Your Highness. We will not let you down. And he turns around and leaves.
No, I don't think you will. So everybody heads out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of like nod at him and just be like, "Yep, bye."
He'll nod.
Nothing too formal,
Yep.
just a nod, like,
Salute.
"Alright."
Yep, bye. He returns your salute a little awkwardly, Ginga. So where do you go? Where do the group of you go?
Well, I know where the goblin outpost is, but first, I need to go shopping.
Yeah, we need to have a lie down, I think. I know it's not the same as
Yeah.
we need to have a sit
Mhm.
down.
Yeah, we're not looking too hot
Please.
these days.
If we go
So
in one
back
more
out-
room, I'm just gonna scruff Glade and Ginga and just heal them until
Back out into Cobbledown then.
Mm-hmm.
I have music for this. In here somewhere. Nope. This one. And you make your way back out into Cobbledown. The wind is beginning to blow. There is a sense of change. And I think the people of Cobbledown are sort of wandering out of their buildings, sort of looking up at the sky, feeling the change on the wind coming. And some of them start to shiver a little bit.
All right. We don't exactly have gold to go shopping with unless we go and ask Kefri for some or something.
I have quite a bit, actually.
Before we split
You
up,
do?
I do.
we still need to talk to Calantha.
Calantha sort of looks. What wouldst thou ask of me?
The wizard
You
said
spoke?
he spoke with you.
Indeed.
Indeed, Azuri did speak with me. He is the royal mage of the court of Castle Grey, and when I were appointed to my position as Knight Commander, it was Azuri who gave me my rights of swearing. Azuri spoke with me on the use of my magic, as such as it were, the magic that came with me from my origin, my people when I was brought as a pup. 'Twas Azuri who formally gave me the title, and though I thought Kefri rather dismissive of me, Azuri treated me with some respect. So we've spoken a number of times. The affairs of the Knight Commander of the Burnished Rose. Vows that I have since rather forsaken. Azuri is he who told me what steps to take. 'Twas in fact Azuri who sent me into the mountains to seek the origin of the fountain. When thou didst find me upon the trail, 'twas Azuri who set me on this quest.
Did Azori hire you knowing that the Burnished Rose were engaging in banditry?
Azuri had spoken to me of the fountain, but my heart was with my missing peers. I'd thought perhaps I could climb the mountain and knock some sense into them. Perhaps remind them of their oaths, but I was tricked, as you know.
You spoke of your magic. What is your magic, Calantha?
Her tail starts swishing and her eyes start darting back and forth. Nay, thou hast misheard me. I said my tragic, my woeful origins.
Calantha,
Let us speak
secrets
in a
are the
quieter
reason that this
place.
kingdom has fallen
Let
so
us,
greatly.
Glade, speak in a quieter place. And she grabs you by the robe and drags you off away out of the square.
Glade the entire time is like, I just can't believe why everyone is lying all the time about everything to everyone. Just full train of thought out loud.
My magic.
Calantha, There are
Yes.
multiple other people in this group, and Ariani looks at Ginga and Gregorio, who have been not doing a extremely good job at hiding the fact that they also have magic.
De Mariani, tis the law of the land, and as a sworn protector of the law of the land, I must protect the law. I must
You
obey.
have already failed to do this.
I know this! Thou needst not remind me of my failings, Glade.
Then stop failing. Help
It's just
us.
that easy.
'Twas a dark and cold night. My tribe hath raided a caravan, and as they picked through the loot and the leavings, I felt grief well up in my heart for the war that I would wage for knowing that I would be the spiller of blood, as my family once was. And then 'twere Caffrey and his men, who raided our home, who slew many of my tribe and my kin, and took me first as a hostage. But soon I saw there was, in my grief, another path forward. But my magic came with me from my origins. 'Tis the magic of my people, my tribe. To pact with the Fae.
The face that Glade makes is indescribable. It is... profusely angry. And then she turns away and stands in the corner of the room, puts her back up against the wall, and crosses her arms while glaring daggers at Calantha.
Why dost thou look at me so?
This would have been very valuable at any time before this.
I was bound.
By silly oaths and an honor
Silly
that
oaths?
imprisoned you.
I beg thy pardon, Lady Glade. No oath I have taken is ever silly. 'Tis my oath that raises me above my base-born stature. An oath that makes me more than a bloodthirsty murderer. I'm not some blade-wielding lunatic drawn from the mountains, Glade. I am a knight. And I will carry myself as such.
Ginga audibly groans at hearing that she has a Fae pact.
Listen,
had
thou.
This been 2 days ago, I would have strung you up from a lamp.
Precisely the reason I have not spoken of this.
I seem to recall, Ginga, that you also are hiding your magical abilities.
Inga, is this true?
Ginga crosses their arms. Being a member of the Ordo Gallant means that some of the things I do, even if they would be illegal and get you thrown in jail by us, are a little outside the law.
There's a
Nothing that's
reason
best
I
for
hate
Who's
you.
Conjury.
Rules for thee and not for me, I see.
It's in the service of the kingdom, for the greater good.
Right.
For the greater good, for the greater good. I hear it from you, I hear it from you, I hear it from you. And yet, constantly, I see all of you working against the kingdom by keeping your little secrets. Do
the
any
record?
of you realize exactly what it is you're doing? You've created a surveillance kingdom where people are paranoid to speak about the world around them. And in all of your honor, and in all of your vows, and in all of your pageantry, you have lost the plot of what could
Yes.
actually save this kingdom.
Yes, Glade, if thou dost lament the tangle, then why not the knife? Simply and truly the knife, Glade. To undo the tangle.
Then undo it. You live in this box they built for you. Are you happy?
I was.
Wandering among the woods with a bunch of liars and thieves?
She darkens. Even good men lose heart, Glade.
Just don't become one of them.
I shan't.
Then Kethri and Irius, those people became bound up in their laws and their honor and their vows, and look what they did with it.
I think, Glade, that honor is not exclusively bad, but it is important, Calantha, to know that it is also not exclusively good.
Not in the service of lies.
I feel we have more pressing issues.
We do.
Of course.
Calantha holds up a small pouch. In it jangles some coin. She says, I shall purchase us supplies at this general store, and will speak no more of honor, nor criticize my oaths, nor the things that make me who I am. We shall purchase our goods, and we shall move on with our lives. Yes?
Yes.
Glade goes in to purchase her own things.
Okay.
I did need to go to the store, so I'll just see myself out. And he's just going to walk into the store as well.
Rena will go with.
Yeah, Ginga will also go with.
When you enter this small, sort of quaint shop, you find that the shelves are packed very densely with little bundles. It smells fragrant and aromatic and a little sharp in here, mingling smells of steel and wolfsbane. Sort of astringent sense. And a tiny little red hat bobs around behind the counter. And a voice calls out as the bell on the door jangles, "Oh, just a minute, just a minute." And then you hear something very heavy fall to the ground and shatter. Oh, there goes a minute. And then the little
adopt this person.
red hat bops around the far side of the counter. Let me change my music real quick. And a little figure emerges. Where is she? This figure. A little gnome, or I should say, more appropriately, in Sword World terms, a leprechaun. Emerges wearing a red robe, wielding a staff slightly too big for her, and a pointed hat with a bright gold buckle on it. And she pulls out a pair of wire spectacles, unfolds them, and puts them on her forehead, and not over her eyes. Yes, well, you're here to purchase. What do you need? Oh, wait. And she looks kind of at Calantha and then over at Ginga. Oh, you're special types. Oh, you're the special ones, aren't you?
Depends on what that means.
Wow.
What do you mean by special?
And she reaches up to boop you in the nose, but isn't tall enough to do it, so she boops at your nose instead. Oh, no, I'll pull out the special stock. Don't you worry. Don't need to ask what's in the back. I'll bring it out for you. And she pulls out a little wooden crate from one of the shelves in the back. A bunch of things topple over in the process. You see a spilled jar of flour just sort of dumps out. And you see 3 little mice sort of skitter out of it, little white mice. And she is dwarfed by this crate as she puts it on the counter in front of her. Even her little red hat is hidden behind it. And in it are a couple of stray objects. Just kind of random things. There's a single potion, a bottle, a glass bottle that is inscribed with hearts all around it, like a ring of hearts around the base of the bottle. There is a small hand mirror decorated with ivory. And there is a jar. Just a jar, with a metal ring around the top and a cork stopper. These are for you.
To buy or?
Yes, to purchase at the item shop. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting since you arrived in Cobbletown. I wasn't sure it was you, but they
Man,
did
a lot
tell
of people
me.
have been waiting for us since we got here.
Oh,
It's
Seems
weird.
that way. People never
You-
come and find us.
Oh, you can thank Azuri for that. He made us all be mysterious. You were supposed to.
Does Azuri made you aware of the fact that you are needed to help maintain the enchantment over everything?
Ugh. I do everything for that man. Well, let's do you first, and then we'll do the Azuri. Whatever needs handling will get handled, I'm certain. So you needed to purchase items. Okay, which one of you wants to purchase the mirror? Her eyes sort of
I
go to
have-
Rena.
Any inkling of what these do?
They look like garbage. There is a potion that might be like a potion of healing or something. It's not labeled. Then there is a empty jar and a hand mirror.
Can I make a knowledge check?
Yeah, do you want to handle this stuff? Like, you won't. Well, you know what? You might recognize the mirror, so go ahead and make a knowledge check.
I am also curious about the mirror.
Rena doesn't need it. There's a
9.
good chance she doesn't look kempt at all most of the time.
Glade, you recognize one of a set of 3 mirrors of truth. This is a fairy artifact. You are familiar with the Mirror of Truth because it appears in storybooks, like children's stories. The Mirror of Truth speaks only truth when spoken to. However, this one has clearly been removed from the original backing and placed into a new handle.
Glade has recently had a pretty big crash out over people not telling the truth. So I will admit, finding a piece of a mirror of truth does intrigue Glade quite a bit.
Uh-oh.
The mirror. How much?
Oh, yes, a lovely mirror for a lovely young lady. Of course, I could part with it for a mere 50 gold pieces.
Done.
Pleasure doing business with you. And she puts a little box on the counter and taps the top of it really heartily and opens it. You see a couple of stray coins inside.
I put 55 gold coins in there.
She takes meticulously 5 coins out one at a time and stacks them on the counter and then closes the box, puts it back onto the counter, and leaves the 5 coins on the counter. Very good, very good. Okay, now, who wants to purchase the potion? A potion of hearts?
Is that what that is?
Did you ask in
That is an
character?
out of character question.
It's a potion of hearts. It's got
Potion
hearts
of
on the
hearts.
bottle.
Do I get anything off of my 9 knowledge, or is it just...
You've heard of potions of healing, and you've heard of like love potions and such.
Can I make a knowledge check?
You can make a knowledge check if you like. Gregorio?
Nope.
That's you have no idea.
Nope. I don't trust it. It has hearts all over it. That's not really my thing.
Rena would like to roll a knowledge check too.
Yeah, go
just
for it, Rena.
funsies.
Glade doesn't know potions that well.
Oh, Rena don't know
Rena.
shit.
You rolled an automatic failure. Rena, you know what that is. Rena,
Oh no.
I know.
That is
yeah,
a
I know
potion of
exactly
hearts.
what that is. Actually.
it is said to fill up your hearts.
Audible gas.
Rena will buy that potion.
Just 15 gold coins for this potion of hearts.
Dude, yeah, I love this stuff. I'll take it. I like to think her critical failures are her confidently being incorrect.
She slaps the box on the counter, opens it up. You see her little red cap like poking up above the box. She slaps the roof of the box again.
So you said 50?
15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
I think around this point, Ariani will walk in.
Good morning! I'll be right with you just as soon as I'm finished with the chosen heroes of justice and destiny.
Oh, she's one of us. Don't worry.
Oh, I don't have any.
The chosen heroes of justice and destiny! She slams the box shut as Rena puts the coins in.
I don't.
Rena, she stuffs the potion into your hands and bustles over towards Ariani. She holds up her hands to take yours and hers, if you'll let her.
Ariani will let her.
Oh, you're rampant with destiny. Oh, it's marvelous. It's marvelous.
Nice to
You already
meet
got
you,
yours,
too.
though.
Huh?
Oh, no. You already got yours. And she'll walk away.
Okay.
So, she holds up the jar. Who wants Durnval, the Sword of Fairy Light?
Tell me about it.
It's Durnval, the Sword of Fairy Light.
Do you know what it does?
It's a sword. It cuts things.
So
Very,
that's
very
a
good.
no.
It illuminates dark spaces, it cuts darkness, and it can sever any bond. It breaks enchantments, you see.
Could I take a
Although-
look at it?
Oh, of course. And she hands you an empty jar.
Knowledge.
Go ahead and roll it. It is an empty jar.
This is an empty jar.
Yes!
How much?
Oh, 100 gold pieces for Durnval's Sword of Fairy Light, even in its broken state.
Done.
Why do you have so
And
much money?
I hand 100 gold. Oh, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 2,500, actually.
Where did you get this?
Quite a story belonged to a fairy knight once. In time immemorial, a blade made of light itself. Oh, I caught what I could in the jar, but the handle and things are gone.
We can find those. It's okay.
Oh, good. Well then, keep it safe.
Of course.
wouldn't
And I
open
put
it
100
if I
gold
weren't
into the
you.
thing.
Yeah, she slap the roof of the box. She slams it shut and stuffs it behind the counter. Okay, I have an enchantment to go work on now. The carefree thing.
I know.
I'll tell you something. I've been waiting for you for days.
So we've heard.
Did you not need to purchase anything? Did you just go out into the wilderness
I
without even
look at-
stopping for supplies?
I look at my
Yes.
clearly wounded body. No, I needed them.
Oh,
I don't have a lot of money on me.
I've got plenty if you need some.
That would have been very useful to know when we were going to set out.
I don't really know what to do with it most of the time. I buy food, and that usually gets me by.
well, if you need healing, it's next door. We don't do that here.
Oh, I can do that after a good night's sleep. Don't worry.
Gregorio's going to raise his hand because is Dolly making to leave? Is
Oh,
Dolly,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Is Dolly
Sorry.
going to leave?
Yeah, she's
Oh.
like packing up her stuff.
Sorry, could I inquire, I'm all right for adventuring supplies, but do you by chance have any alchemical materials?
Certainly.
I find myself lacking an alchemy kit. Do you have anything like that?
An alchemy kit. Well, I do have an alchemy kit in stock, yes.
And
Would
what
you like it?
What would that run me up?
An alchemy kit in stock would be, probably about 100 gold pieces.
Sold.
Wonderful. And she fishes around. She actually like sort of crouches down on all fours and crawls towards like some piles of things on one of the shelves. And you hear clattering as she sort of pushes it away with her body. And she crawls like her whole top half disappears into the shelf and just her butt sticking out. Some things like crash off of the top shelf, and she emerges with a small box about a foot across in each direction, a wooden sort of plain box, and she sets it on the counter. I had one alchemy kit in stock,
Perfect.
so
I
it's
take it.
yours now.
Thank you.
Happy adoption!
Gregorio just kind of raises an eyebrow and just nods. Uh-huh. And goes to leave.
Okay, the carefree thing. Right. Good luck, everyone. I hope you don't die.
Same to you.
I hope that too.
Ideal.
Oh, I'm going to. but I hope you don't.
Okay.
Like soon, or are we talking
probably.
in the future? Like a long time in the future?
3 days or so.
Oh, we're gonna fix that. Don't worry.
Well, good luck. And with that, she ushers you out of her shop. Go, 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 go. She like shoves you.
Okay, goodbye.
Turns
goodbye.
around and she starts fishing around. She's like 30 keys on her key ring, and she just keeps trying until she gets the right one. She is still trying as you depart.
As we're leaving, Ariane is going to approach Glade.
I wrote this lady for game 1. I just need to be so clear. She has literally been waiting for 6
I'm
sessions.
so glad you got to use her. I'm so glad you
I
got to
didn't
use
have
her.
any money, and I didn't think anyone else had any money.
I was
I didn't
fully
have any
equipped.
money either.
Explore.
I rolled into town fully equipped. I didn't need a shop. I didn't realize that she was there.
Oh, I can see a lot of things. I think I'm not supposed to be able to see those.
No, I just made them available.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
These 3 things are the 3 items you've just acquired.
I have 2 of them.
You're welcome to read them out loud if you'd like for the recording.
Sure. So we have the Potion of Hearts, which is a viscous scarlet elixir contained within a round flask, allegedly contains the power to fill your hearts. The distilled love of the fairy queen Mefanwe herself. Whether or not it is a healing potion or even strictly legal is questionable.
I bought the other 2, so I'm gonna read them out loud.
Sure.
The first is the Mirror of Truth, which is a simple hand mirror with a frame enameled in blue and gold. Allegedly, this mirror speaks when spoken to and cannot lie. And also, Durnval, the Sword of Fairy Light. This tiny wooden box, tightly sealed with wax and leather straps, allegedly contains a legendary blade of fairy light once wielded by a fairy lord, sans hilt or crossguard.
I did turn it into a jar instead of a box. I apologize. But
It's a jar
it is a jar.
and not a box.
It's a jar, not a box.
A jar of
It's a box made out of that rare see-through wood that they only
the
have in the
rare-
Gemwood.
See-through round wood they only have in the
Round
Gemwood,
world.
yeah. Round world, sword world.
It's Sword World.
Listen, words. We have 15 minutes left in our slot. Words. And you also have an alchemy kit in stock.
An alchemy kit, not an alchemy kitten. That's important, chat, and for the recording.
Do you open the box?
No, because there might be an alchemy
Wait, is
kitten
Schrodinger's
inside.
box now?
I'm afraid now.
Right now it's...
Yeah, my favorite moral dilemma, Gregorio's box.
And yes, that
It
is a
both
Durandal
is and
reference.
isn't an alchemy kit until you open it.
Until I open it, yeah. He will. He'll kind of sit, like, drop to one knee and kind of rest it on his knee and open it to see what's inside.
You hear the winding of tiny cogs and a tiny.
Oh, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Okay. I think there was some miscommunication.
No refunds!
As he opens the box to look at his...
There is a
What-
tiny
what-
little
what am I looking
clockwork
at?
kitten. It is about 9 inches long from snoot to butt, with another, like, say, 8 inches of tail. It is made of brass and wood. It is a tiny little turnkey kitten.
Gregorio is just going to kind of pick it up and kind of look at it for a second.
A little motor inside of it starts to run, and it makes like a purring sound, like a brrrr, and it nuzzles up into you.
He's just going to kind of look at it for a second and say, well, not what I had in mind, but I suppose that's what I get for cheaping out on an alchemy kit.
When you say the word alchemy, it gets excited.
Reno's just like,
Oh,
look, dude, if you
that's
don't want
its
it.
name.
Hmm?
Alchemy. Oh, darling, alchemy. That's
Gregorio-
yours forever, Gregorio.
You have to take care of it.
Gregorio, This is a small magisphere.
Okay.
It is also an animate object. That is a little clockwork cat.
A little alchemy kitten.
You can cast your spells from the alchemy cat.
I'm gonna turn him into a bomb. No, I can do that.
I will kill you so fast. And the
I
cat
will be
will
on your
survive.
doorstep, and you'll be like,
Oh, yeah, the cat will
goodness, please come
survive.
to visit me. Oh no.
No, if you use grenade, the cat will die. That is really important.
I haven't got grenade. I'm not.
Stop.
I'm not level 5 yet. I'm not level 5 yet. I don't have grenade. It's fine. Gregorio's just gonna kind of look at it and be like, "Well, all right," and puts it on his shoulder and kind of gets up and goes to rejoin the group.
The kitten is so excited. That leaves you with-
Ariani?
Sorry, go ahead.
Did you? Sorry. You said you wanted to talk to Glade about something, didn't you?
Yes.
What is it?
Ariani approaches Glade. Could I see that, fairy blade?
Why?
Well, the shopkeeper, she said that it was the blade of a fairy knight.
Oh, so are you gonna finally tell me what all that means? And she hands it to you.
I mean, it's difficult to talk about in the open. I'll tell you later.
Yes, of course. Everyone will tell me later. Here, just take it.
You hand the
And
jar over to
Ariani looks a little bit guilty when she takes it, and she's just going to kind of...
a little bit in your hand, Ariani.
It what?
It clinks a little bit in your hand. It's glass.
Oh, right. I was like, huh? Ariani's just going to try to sort of inspect it. Like, she's not sure if she should open it.
So it looks like a jar, a glass jar. It's got a little sort of cloth cover over the top of it and a cork inside. And the cloth has been wrapped on with a piece of twisted wire, braided, looks like brass and copper. Other than that, the jar does seem to be completely empty. The daylight kind of streams through it.
Would you permit me to open it? I don't know if...
Do whatever you want with it.
I'll tell you then. Fine,
I think the others probably are sort of filtering back into the square at this point as well.
Can we just talk about it somewhere else?
When Gregorio hears Ariani say that, he's just going to shout, "I do still have a room at the inn for a little bit of privacy if you need it."
That's a good idea. Right. We need some rest. Right. Yeah.
Then
So-
I assume we head to the inn.
You make your way to the inn. You make your way, it's a scant few feet away, the Crooked River.
Now or never.
I need to add a kobold to this.
Oh, she's so tiny.
Am I in timeout?
This is where you were on this map.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said I was going to blow up the cat. It was a funny joke. I'm sorry. Please let me be in the party again.
Ariani, once everyone's in, she kind of, the door's closed and stuff, she kind of just looks at everyone. Okay, I mean, I know a lot of your secrets now, so I suppose it's only fair. I just... She kind of removes her cloak and shows, especially the one arm you can see is clearly like a doll-like arm, and not human. I wasn't like this before. Something happened, and I thought I was going to die. I was going to die. I was dying, and something offered to help me. A fae. And it did. I'm alive, if you could call this that. And
There is a breeze outside. The trees rustle. Some leaves are falling, maybe more than they should be, and you see at least 1 or 2 black leaves fall. But as she talks about this, you hear the soft tinkling of a wind chime at the window.
I still don't really know why. I don't know if it was some kind of joke or a coincidence, or she kind of reaches into like her pack and pulls out a book that's like very finely adorned. This book is Tales of the Fairy Night. It's a sort of fairy tale about a knight who united the fairies and the humans in time past, and she kind of flips open the book, and it's like there's pictures in it, and she just displays a picture in the book that's like a little illustration of someone that looks exactly like her. I didn't look like this before, but I do now.
Ariani, it occurs to you, and you didn't notice this before, but you flip the pages a little bit, and a breeze comes through the drafty walls of this kind of crumbling building and blows some pages away. And the last story in there, the final tale of the Fairy Night, is the Fairy Night saves the princess. And you never put it together before because you'd never seen her face before. The Princess Tenora is on the last page of this book, alongside the Fairy Knight in her cage.
Wait, that... But I... You're all there. I don't know what kind of connection I have to the Fairy Night. I mean, I thought that I was just a mockery of like a toy or something. But
What were you before this?
surprised surprised if you haven't already figured it out.
I'm tired of figuring things out. I would very much like people to say something to me. You're obviously the Silver, but were you... Is Adrian the Fae?
Yes. I look like this now, and the Fae is posing as me. There's not much I can do about it.
You even seemed to be quite chummy earlier.
I wouldn't call it that. It's complicated. I don't know why they did this, but it did save me, and they're doing things that I never did, and they don't want the kingdom to die either. So
I imagine they don't, considering they got an entire, well, high-powered political position out of it.
they did?
They did. They can walk around as you now. You put a Fae into human politics.
Ariane scoffs. Act like I did it on purpose.
No, I understand you didn't do it on purpose, but it would have been good to know that we were talking to a Fae.
And tell this to people that I'd met on the same day. That I'm a doll in the mockery of a fantasy character, that I let someone take my life from me. And
what other choice did you have?
Again,
well, I didn't...
a couple days ago would have been a much different reaction than you'd be getting now.
Exactly.
Kalantha kicks her little feeties on the bed, just kind of like staring at you, Ginga.
I definitely couldn't have. You're a very trusting person, Glade, and it's much harder for me to be that when the other people in my family are honestly worse than the Fae now posing as me. And I just don't... It's hard to immediately put my faith in anyone. And you know the state of this kingdom. If I didn't hide this, the best case scenario, I'd be locked away somewhere. Worst case scenario, I'd just be killed.
Glade, you'll recall the first time you spoke with Adrian, he asked you not to tell anyone who he was or that he was there. He mentioned that he was on the run or in hiding.
True. What was he running from?
The Fae?
Did you do
Adrian?
something before this happened?
Well, I didn't do anything, but the reason that I was about to die was... I was in line to inherit families, to be the head of the family, and I'm no prince, but Silver's quite influential, and My siblings weren't fond of that. I was the youngest, and I don't know which one, but one of them sought to make sure that I couldn't be in line. I suppose that Adrian now has to deal with that.
Thank you. The jar is yours. This is... Maybe to you it doesn't sound like a simple request, but to me it is the bare necessity. There is no way I could trust turning my back to you with a spear and a horse if you were unwilling to even tell me who you are. I do have a lot of trust in people. I do find that it is best when it is returned, and not something that I do alone.
As she talks about trust, the sun is just about finishing setting outside. And as this happens, you watch the kind of golden rays of the sun over the course of this conversation have been climbing up the walls, higher and higher. And eventually, the shadow of the sun setting reaches the jar in Ariani's hand. And inside it, there is the softest flicker of fairy light, pink and purple, just rimmed around the edge of the jar. Like, barely clinging to it, just a glimmer of light. A fleeting and momentary thing captured in a jar, ready to escape.
Trust can help us with quite a bit, and it can light the way when we need it to. I have trusted you, despite your lack of faith in me. I hope that changes with time.
I wouldn't be telling you this if I didn't trust you now.
It's yours, whatever that is. I bought it for you. I figured someone who everyone keeps calling the Fairy Knight has more use of it than I do.
I don't know what sort of connection I have to the real Fairy Knight. If the princess really was saved,
Ariani, you look down at the storybook, and it is the last story for a reason. In the story, the Fairy Knight vanishes at the end of the tale, and the princess is returned to the kingdom, reunited with her family.
There is only one way forward. And if there is truth to the princess's escape or otherwise, I have a feeling we'll find it along the way.
And as the sun sets, we pull out from our heroes a little bit. Now I'll ask, do you intend to go and exhume the king?
Yes.
I believe so.
Then
Yeah, that's the plan.
I will give you a final scene. As the camera pulls out, we fade away to a dark corridor, no longer hazy, but overgrown with brambles. A pebble falls from the ceiling, clack, 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 clattering on masonry stone on the floor. And we travel through these darkened corridors of the gray crypt. And there we see a small, solemn ritual by candlelight. Heavy gloves on Glade's hands, anointed with oils. The larger members of the group push the lid off a sarcophagus. And you watch as, with great reverence, Glade's hand rises up out of the sarcophagus, holding in it a small silver ball on a chain, about 1.5 inches across, seamed down the middle like a walnut. And with gentle purpose, she opens it, revealing a dried purple flower wrapped with a hair of snowy white. And we pull out farther to the mountain to the west of Altander. The trail known as King's Rise, the old ruins on it, the goblins marching on it, the blade cutting through the forest seeking the goblins herself, and the mirror-like lake at the top known as Skymere, where hanging from a tree is the other half of a red ribbon tied in memoriam. The stage is set for the final encounter. And the fate of Altander is in your hands. Will you recover the skein? Will you reach Mifanwi's heart? Or will Altander fall? And that's all for this episode of Expanse Enduring Heartbroken.
The way you had that timed to the end of the music gave me goosebumps. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that. That was fantastic.
Oh,
That was so good.
Oh,
It feels like you just punched me in the face. Ow.
So, another session or two and Heartbroken will be concluded. How are y'all feeling? Oh, let's do our
Excited.
YouTube outro. Let's do our YouTube outro.
Yes.
We like to do these.
YouTube, YouTube, thanks for joining us today. This was Expanse Enduring Heartbroken, Episode 5, A Sharp Sword. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the series when it comes out, or if this is like 3 months in the future, right now!
Whoa.
Go watch them!
You can go watch
It's
them.
there.
You can watch them on YouTube, which may be where you're watching them now. You can also come and check us out live on twitch.tv/AsianX. So check us out on both those platforms. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the next episode. Bye!